All right, I am live. Can everybody hear me? Jedi Alex, welcome to the stream. I'm watching you, UFC, and The Dark Knight all at once. How do you have the attention span for that? Coming in loud and clear. All right. Good to hear. Good to hear. We got anybody else in the chat? I'll give you all a few minutes. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be right back. All right, if I bust into random Dark Knight quotes, that's why. They already got through the why so serious scenes. I don't know how I got these scars. Young Stacks, welcome to the stream. It's going fine, man. Going fine. How you all doing on this fine Saturday night? Mr. Gov, what's up? Hello, hello. You all sick of me yet? Actually, I gotta go clean my glasses. I'll be right back. Just so much to do and not enough time to do it all. Forget the essentials, like making sure you can see clearly. Playing some WWE 2K19, setting up my shows. Oh, that's cool, man. Very cool. Okay, we're going to get started here in a few minutes. A couple of things I want to make clear and bring you guys up to speed on before we do. Number one, I have not had a chance to fix the Star Wars review yet. I'm going to try and knock that out tomorrow morning. So it'll be up tomorrow, regardless of whether I'm busy tomorrow or not. It will definitely be up tomorrow. Top 10 matches for October. I'm going to push that back to next weekend and whatever video. It'll be attached to whatever video comes next weekend. The reason for that is that I'm trying to catch up on a bunch of different things, namely Lucha Underground. I still haven't watched Ultimate Lucha Quattro Part 1, the Mae Young Classic, and there was something else I was going to watch, NXT UK. So I'm getting caught up. Oh, and also the NWA 70th Anniversary show. I do want to watch that. So there's a lot of things I want to knock out before I do a top 10 for October. So that's going to be pushed back to next weekend. And I think that's it. We can go ahead and get started in a few minutes if you all are ready. Are you looking forward to an extra hour of sleep tonight? Yes, absolutely. How's that party you were at? It was great. It was a lot of fun. It's in Frederick, Maryland, which is about an hour away from me, so the drive's not fun, but it was still a good time. Mae Young Classic was awesome. That's good to hear. Have you watched New Japan Power Struggle yet? No, I have not. Haven't watched it. All right, Young Stack says he's ready. You all ready? We're going to start off with Saturday night's main event, 34 from June of 2007. So we're into 2007, right in the middle, right smack dab in the middle of John Cena's reign of terror. I've got the description pulled up here. John Cena faces Great Khali. Oh, my God. Oh. That first sentence hurt me physically. Bobby Lashley and Mark Henry face off in an arm wrestling competition. Jesus Christ almighty. The Boogeyman, Edge, and more in action. Literally the only part of that description I liked was Edge. The one word in that entire fucking summary I liked was Edge. We are in for a treat tonight. Where is Harvey Dent? James George, welcome, welcome. How you doing tonight? Yeah, the show doesn't look very good. But the good news is they shortened it down to standard what the old school Saturday night's main event lengths were. So this one's only a little over an hour once you cut all the commercials out, which thank God, because those first two were just way too long. Yeah, I might need a few beers. Cena versus Khali. We are in for some treat tonight. So we are going to go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2. Retro Kid, how you doing? Manami Toyota is pregnant and says John Cena is the father. John Cena says he is not the father. That sounds like a great angle. Where's this booking simulator? Last night was the first stream I watched live. It was comfy. How often do you do these? Typically once a week, but we're getting close to the end on Saturday night's main event and the Clash. So I'm going to take a break from doing them, and then I'll start up again around WrestleMania season. At least it's not a Punjabi prison match. I agree. What beer do you opt for? I mean, I'm a connoisseur of beer. Kyle enjoys wrestling. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, God, we're opening with Cena and Khali. Great. That's fantastic. The one I'm drinking right now is a Guinness Blonde, and I love Guinness. John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. He's poopy doopy. So they have a best of 7 series to determine if Cena is the father. That's hilarious. I can't wait to watch HBK Jericho from 19 with you. I love that match so much. Yeah, that one I'm definitely doing. What went wrong? Cena's 2007 title reign. Oh, my God. Went way too goddamn long. The feuds were repetitive as hell. And then he got injured and he had to drop the belt, so there was no payoff to it. Good for the diet, I'd say. Yep, absolutely. Whoopity-woo! Nick Knoll, welcome to the stream, buddy. How you doing, man? Cena versus Khali first. It's getting the bandage ripped off right away. Yep. Yeah, this is classic Saturday night's main event. You put the big star over first. Put him on the show first. And then you get the stupid filler at the end. What the fuck is this? Okay, I think they just advertised. Okay, what the fuck is the card for this? I'm going to pull up the card. Cena versus Khali, Lashley versus Henry arm wrestling match. Ugh. Batista and Benoit. Oh, God, this was one of Benoit's last matches. Versus Edge and MVP. Finley and Hornswoggle versus the Boogeyman and Little Boogeyman. Oh, my God. And then Kane, Doink, and Eugene versus Kevin Thorne, Viscera, and Umaga. This, God in heaven, save me. Save me. And the child turns out to be a full-grown New Jack. That booking simulator is quite hilarious. How's that? Yeah, Nick, how's the UFC show? I know you're watching that right now. If you make your own t-shirts, Whoopity Woo should be on it. With a really overly cartoony version of Cena dropping poopy on people. No, it's got Whoopity Woo, but it's got to be in the style of like a Cena shirt. It's got just make a John Cena style shirt, but just put Whoopity Woo on it. This is going to be rough. It's okay. Kind of slow on the prelims. Okay. Why is Ashley Massaro announcing Great Khali? Why are you here, Ashley? Why are you just randomly here? It's called Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. You can buy it off the company's website. Good to know. I might try that out because that seems fun. One thing I will say for the new Saturday Night's Main Event, I do kind of like the set. The set looks kind of neat, but I think that's the only thing I like. They even stopped doing the pre-show promos. They did it on the first episode in 06 when they brought it back, and then they stopped doing it. It's like, but that was, come on, that's Saturday Night's Main Event tradition. What's wrong with you? She's here because Playboy. Yeah, but why is she here specifically for this match? Oh, God, it's already, oh, my God, this looks horrible. Cena's punches look awful, and Khali's selling is even worse. Whoa! People say that Khali would have been a huge star if he was around in the 70s, and that's probably true. But, yeah, there's a huge difference between Andre and the great Khali. Andre had, like, a natural performer's gift and, like, the ability to connect with the audience. Khali is just a lumbering doof. Fernando Estrada, welcome, welcome. Ashley was in the Sunny 97 role, under contract, no real role or angle. Yeah, got that right. You can book the zoo story. Yes, I can. With the booking simulator, I can book the zoo. What are we watching? We are watching Saturday Night's Main Event 34 from June 2007. We're starting with Cena versus Great Khali. So, yippee skippy. Remember when Khali returned last year at Battleground? I do remember that. Khali versus Giant Gonzalez. Oh, Christ. Andre was also athletic. Yeah, I think people my age and younger don't realize that Andre was actually a good athlete in his youth. He was actually like a really athletic guy. Literally the best match we've had on our promotion was a bra and panties match. Well, I mean, those are always great, right? Depending on the women you put in there. Khali is so clumsy looking. He looks like he's going to fall, like he's losing his balance when he walks. Khali versus the Yeti! The Yeti! Cena goes down. Patrick's dream, Sarah Logan versus Zelina Vega in a bra and panties match. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. How unrecognizable is The Rock today compared to the 90s? He still looks like The Rock. Ooh, Khali got a big boot in. Look at that. Who was more athletic in their prime, Andre or Big Show? In their prime, probably Big Show, because he could do, like, even though I never saw him do it. Oh, my God, I love that sign in the front row. The sign in the front row, it said, I was saying Boo Earns. Are they saying Boo or Boo Earns? Boo! I was saying Boo Earns. Great sign. I like that. I mean, but going back to your question. Ooh, Khali missed a leg drop. STF. Please end this match. I'm already sick of it. You need King when having a bra and panties match. He really know how to put those matches over. Rock is hella swollen now. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's bigger than he was and just jacked out of his mind, but he still looks like The Rock. Like, I don't, like, not recognize him. But going back to Andre, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I was watching a cage match between Andre and Stud on the WWE Network, and the finish was Andre doing a top rope sit-down splash off the top rope. And I was like, there is not enough money on this planet that would get me to take that. And he hit it on Stud. And I would be like, there's not enough money on this planet to get me to want to take that move. Oh, God, I just about blocked out Cena's crappy STF. Oh, God. I wish I could block it out. We have an angle with the title called the Japanese title where Christopher Daniels claims the belt is racist, and whenever he wins the belt, it gets vacated because he's not Japanese. That's hilarious. Did you hear Meltzer talk about how Vince may have soured on Danielson opting not to go to Crown Jewel? I haven't heard that. You know, I mean, we'll see where that goes, but I mean, I don't really blame Daniel Bryan or anybody else for not wanting to be a part of that. I feel like if you poked Rock with a pencil, his veins would explode. Probably. Give Big John Studd a medal. Yeah, for taking that bump. Yeah, that spot. Yeah, give him a medal. He never put it on in a way it looked good. Never. Like, Nikki Bella does an STF better than he does. It's amazing. And the clash that we were watching yesterday had Regal locking in an STF, and it was like, Cena, for God's sake, just watch footage of that. Just look at Regal do it.
I cannot remember the last time I have seen John Cena have to crawl to his knees, have to use his opponent's body to pull himself out of a vertical base before being knocked down again.
This match is so bad. You know what? I just looked at the card on the wiki. It said this match lasted 6 minutes and 20 seconds. I feel like it's gone like 10 already. Please end this. Oh, here he comes. He's got him up. F you. No. Elbow by Khali. What exactly was Crown Jewel? Horrendous or hilarious? I didn't watch it, but it sounded funny. And horrendous. Okada and Fire Pro Wrestling World doing a better, an STF better. Yeah, I'm sure he does. Choke slam by Khali. Please tell me that's it. Cena did it so bad, Masahiro Chono wanted to die so he could roll over in his grave. Damn. Thank you, God. It's over. Khali basically squashed him. That's 7 minutes too long. I agree. Andre versus the Iron Sheik is comedy gold. I don't think I've ever seen that. When did it become the AA instead of the FU? I don't remember, and I don't care to look it up. Okada is actually really, really fun to play in that game. I'm sure he is. Okada's awesome. I love Okada. But Masahiro Chono wishes he was dead so he could roll over in his grave. That might be the line of the night right there, Nick. In 08, when WWE went PG. That makes sense. Blah, 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 blah. The fuck did you just say?
John Cena, tomorrow night at One Night Stand, the Great Khali will defeat you for the WWE Championship. The Great Khali says he can beat you in this ring, outside the ring, or in the crowd.
So wait, they gave the match away for free the night before the pay-per-view where they're going to face each other. That makes sense. That makes sense. Fun fact, Chono was a mentor to Shinsuke Nakamura and won the 1991 G1 Climax. All true. Okada does anything better than Cena. I agree. Again, thank God this show is actually shorter than the one we watched last night. Because hot damn. Yes, Khali, I'm surprised not more people remember this match because Cena basically got squashed. Didn't Chono win the most G1s? I'm not sure. Why are you watching this? Blink twice if you're being forced. I'm watching this because I said I would watch all the Saturday Night's main events as part of this streaming series. I'm regretting my decisions. Who would you have participate in a fantasy main roster War Games match? Stable versus Stable and Brand War are examples that are on the table. Main roster, I'd probably put Braun in there. I'd probably put God, God, I don't know. I'd have to look at the roster. Again, I don't watch Raw and SmackDown regularly enough to get a sense of it. If this is June 07, Benoit sadly only had a few weeks left to live. Yeah, I said this is probably one of his last matches on TV. Like, I won't say it is his last, but it's got to be up there. Chono won 5 G1s. He is Mr. August. Okay, thank you, Nick. Is the next Saturday night's main event the one Orton injures Cena with the chair RKO? I don't know. I have no idea. Crystal is an announcer. So we're just having the Divas act as announcers now. Oh, look at that. Vince was the ECW champion. Remember when that was a thing? Cena got his win back the next night. Yeah, he did. Did you know Cena was going to be the face when he debuted? No. No, I didn't. Nobody did. Strowman may have some knee injuries, by the way. Fuck me. One of my favorite matches from 97 is the Brett Taker-Austin Vader match. Do you love that match just like I do? I haven't seen it in years, but I remember really liking it. Mrs. Lashley. Yes, Crystal is Mrs. Lashley. Why do you think WWE won't give us Lashley versus Lesnar? They can't possibly think it won't draw. I don't know if it'll draw or not, but it's a natural match to do. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. And they wonder why ECW didn't work. Hey. Donald Trump. Oh, we got a Donald Trump reference. Donald Trump's WrestleMania moment. Is Crystal the one that married Lashley? Yes. That did the angle with Teddy where he had the heart attack. Yes. They did the wedding angle where Teddy almost died for some reason. What went wrong? Vader and WWF. I think the Cornette shoots and the Bruce Pritchard shoots pretty much cover it. I mean, they pretty much explain it. Because Lashley is as boring as a plain bowl of vanilla ice cream. I liked him in, he was, except for his promos. I don't like his promos, but he was fine in TNA or Impact. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Trump either. He didn't do anything after Mania 23. By the way, by 07, I was so sick of Vince. Like, I was just so beyond tired of Vince and the evil boss gimmick. I'm like, I was sick of it by 2000. And they actually showed Teddy's heart attack on the opening video for SmackDown 1000. I didn't see it. I'll take your word for it. Crystal was also getting it on with Edge. Good for Edge. 3 wrestlers from today you'd like to see face Vader in his prime. Okada, Omega, and who would be a good one for Vader?
Well, what happened at Judgment Day was absolute robbery.
Probably Lesnar. Like, Vader and Lesnar might be good if Lesnar had his working boots on. B-Slim81, welcome. Trump is the money behind that company Jericho and JR is supposed to be starting. I'll believe that when I see it. Like, you hear all these rumblings of a new company with Jericho and JR. I'll believe it when I see it. He's as bland as ice-flavored ice cream. At least vanilla has a hint of flavor. Ouch. I got sick of Vince after the Undertaker feud in 03. Yeah, it was... Was that what... Like, yeah, right after he wrestled his daughter in an I Quit match? Yeah, I remember that. He bought Raw. Remember that $1 million giveaway shit? Yep, sure do. What's Austin's best WrestleMania match to you? The match with Brett. The match with Rock is high up there, the 17 one. But all right, here we go. Vince and Lashley in an arm wrestling contest. This is going to be riveting. Vader would make Lesnar put his working boots on. Fair, probably. Jericho's response on Twitter made it clear it's not happening. Jericho's also starting his own barbershop basketball team, and he's buying Winnipeg, Canada. Okay. Will Triple H ever be an authority figure that Vince was? The closest was the feud with Daniel Bryan, but no, I don't think he'll match what Vince was able to do in that role. Yeah, Okada's one of those guys that could have a great match with a broomstick. I agree. Oh, yeah, another good one for Vader would be AJ Styles. I think that would come close to kind of matching the Sting Vader matches of the early 90s.
Oh, you're the smack. Okay? That's why I got this thing. Right there now. Yeah? You think you're something, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, man, kick you.
Did you hear that Triple H tore a pec muscle at Crown Jewel? I did, yeah. Vader would stiff Brock once and Brock would walk away. Vader versus Ishii, that'd be a cool one.
I'm gonna embarrass you this Sunday in a street fight.
Okada of today versus 97 HBK. That'd be awesome. Does Triple H have enough pride to be made a fool of like Vince did? I mean, he did make Ronda look good at WrestleMania. How about Vader versus Walter? Sure, why not? Who's Walter? I don't even know what that's a reference to. Vader versus Shibata, if he can still go, yeah? Benoit versus Ishii. Look at all these Japanese dream matches. HBK of 97 versus Tanahashi of 2011. Ooh. Oh, now we got Mark Henry. Is he going to sub for Vince in this arm wrestling contest? The plot thickens, you guys. Walter is a big guy from Germany that works in PWG. Okay. Vader versus Prime Samoa Joe. That'd be cool. Yeah, Shibata was really good, but it's a shame that his career got cut short. Vader versus Owens. I'm just on the edge of my seat, guy. Not since Sylvester Stallone's cinematic masterpiece, Over the Top, has arm wrestling been this exciting. Both in their prime, Vader versus Andre. That would be cool. Oh, and Henry. Oh, I'm so shocked. He cheap shotted Lashley. That Vader match where his eye popped out and he put it back in is proof of how tough the motherfucker was. Yeah, I agree. What went wrong? Vince McMahon's character. Overexposure. Oh, Lashley's getting over on Henry, guys. Oh, Henry caught him. Oh, my God. A spear by Lashley. Yay. Oh, Vince with a chair. Sneaky Vince. Haku versus Brock. That'd be awesome. Bryan Danielson also had an eye injury in a match in ROH. I don't deny. I'm sure he did. Personal opinion, Nakamura versus Shibata, greater than Nakamura versus Ibushi, greater than Nakamura versus Styles. I'd have to go back and watch them all, but I really liked Nakamura. Again, I keep going back to it. I really liked AJ and Nakamura from Wrestle Kingdom. Their WWE work never even came close to matching it. Oh, God, it just hit me. This is weeks before Vince got blown in the limo. Yep. We're getting close to a very dark period for the WWE with this one. If you were writing, how would you have ended the Vince McMahon character? Honestly, I think once Austin won the first blood match against Taker and Vince had to leave it, there's your ending right there, in my opinion. I looked during the interview where Vader flipped out on that reporter. Taker was just sitting there and not getting involved. You know, I've never seen footage of that. AJ versus Nakamura or Okada versus AJ from Dominion? I'd go Okada and AJ from Dominion, but both are outstanding. Both matches are great. Maria, remember when Maria Kanellis was a backstage interviewer?
strongest, and we still have the smallest and the strangest to come.
Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
Try none of the above. I beat The Undertaker. I beat Batista.
I like Maria better in ROH. I did too. That was when Maria was at her best.
So I'm not the biggest.
If you were in charge of WWE, would you protect The Rock like he's been protected? He always gets one over on whoever he's in the ring with today. I would use Rock to help make new stars. Like, what good does it do to feed Bray Wyatt to him like they did at that one Mania? Like, what was the point of that? What went wrong, Mr. Kennedy? Apparently, he was hard to deal with backstage.
This Monday, after an extreme one-night stand.
The Cena Maria segments were cringe. I don't remember those, and I'll take your word for it. Remember when everyone said that Kennedy was going to be a huge star, then everything went wrong? Yeah, like literally, like anything that could have possibly gone wrong went wrong with Kennedy. Oh, we got to watch Raw on Monday, guys. Here comes Batista. Burn down, burn down, burn down, 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 down. I've said it before, Batista's theme song is badass. I love his theme song. I just tweeted you the video of Vader in Kuwait. Appreciate it. I'll check it out soon. Wasn't Kennedy supposed to be Vince's son? I believe that was the original intent, yes. I've been refining this idea on how I'd book Bray Wyatt in my head for a while now. Would you like to hear it? Go ahead and post it, man. Yeah, instead of Hornswoggle, yeah, it was supposedly it was supposed to be Kennedy. Is that Tori Wilson as the ring announcer? So they just got the divas to play ring announcer all night. Okay. I went to a SmackDown in 07 and Batista's entrance was a highlight for me. It was, I mean, he was kind of the replacement or kind of the hero for the guys that didn't like Cena. It's like, all right, Cena sucks, but Batista's pretty cool. Whoa, who's his partner? Who is this guy? Is it that Chris Benoit I've heard so much about? Hey, it's better than bull riding. Fair. Fair. But then Kennedy got suspended. Yep. Then he failed a drug test at a time he was all over TV talking about how WWE as a company was clean. Yep. I dressed as a biker for Halloween last year. I was inspired by Biker Taker when I told guys at the bar that I was at that night and told them my costume was inspired by Biker Taker. They loved my costume. That's great. I really like the theme song for Benoit. Yeah, his theme song was great. I agree. It really punctuated the ending to Mania 20 very well. Why do people blame Ryback for not being a huge star? It wasn't his fault. I mean, I wasn't backstage. I couldn't tell you if it was his fault or not, but it felt like he got hot and then they just flushed him down the drain like they do with a lot of guys. Hugging fat girls and kissing babies. That sounds like a normal Saturday for me. I remember I liked when Jericho would call Benoit the wrong way, like Benoit. Robo Benoit. I remember that. MVP, clearly inspired by Terrell Owens. I felt like he came around at a time when like the controversy between Terrell Owens and the Philadelphia Eagles were at a fever pitch. And I swear that T.O. was definitely the inspiration for that. Edge! Could be worse. Could be kissing fat girls. Hey, you said it, not me. On this day, it's so real to me. What went wrong? T.O. and the Eagles. T.O.'s an asshole. That's what went wrong. Tori, you are a lovely girl, but Jesus Christ, don't ever play ring announcer ever again. God, like that droning, like, oh my God. She sounds like a ditz. At that point, I'm surprised WWE didn't try to get Terrell Owens to appear on Raw. I'm surprised by that, too. I'm going to SD on Tuesday. Have fun, man. What went wrong? Vince Russo and Jim Cornette's relationship. Oil and water, just two completely different people. It was never going to work. Think Night King from Game of Thrones in Reforming the Family. Mute, makeup scary. If he touches your forehead, you join him. If you challenge for a title, Wyatt member holds and loses, and you join the family. They could do something like that. I saw SpinnerNet1 comment on your vids years ago. Did you ever watch his vids back then? I watched a couple. He wasn't one of the ones I watched regularly, but yeah, he commented on my videos quite a bit back in the day. Where's Howard Finkel when you need him? I know, right? Nowadays, they would get T.O. to Raw for the publicity. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Stacy and Molly were my crushes. I really did have a crush on Molly back in the day. Stacy, her ass was nice. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but Stacy wasn't like one of my favorites. Bray Wyatt needs to be in Lucha Underground. They would use him much better. Only reason I found your channel was because of SpinnerNet. I guess I should thank him. The only person who should announce Edge is Tony Chimmel. I agree with that. Oh, hard chop by Benoit. Oh, another chop sends Edge down.
Benoit, a former world champion in his own right. Edge, the current world heavyweight champion.
Suplex by Benoit.
I've heard you refer to Edge as an opportunist. You say that like it's a bad thing, Michael. Here's the double hook.
What went right? Stacy's legs. Oh, God. The gifts that God gave her. That's what went right there. I found your channel randomly in a related video section. I've heard of that. A lot of people have said that. I just found you randomly. Bray Wyatt versus Marty the Moth would be the greatest thing ever. I'd love to see it. I found your channel because of Delexman. Yep, Delexman's plugged me a few times. Better German suplex, Benoit or Angle? Ooh. And they're both kind of the same, really. Okay, we got MVP getting thrown around by Batista. Batista. He's 6'8". He'll beat you up. Batista. It was the most overrated Mania matches video. Just randomly saw it and thought it was an interesting video idea. Okay, cool. I love motorcycles myself. Do you like motorcycles? I don't. I've never ridden one. Hashtag Bautista. And more talk about MVP. And I've said this before. He was a guy that the internet really liked, and I never got it. I never saw what the big deal was with him. I never saw a main eventer in him. Ever. Blue Tista. I like the feud with Matt Hardy with the better than you thing. I don't really remember a lot of it, to be honest. Here comes Benoit. Surprised there isn't like a black censor bar like covering up Benoit. Yeah, to me, he was just a guy that was there filling up a roster space, but people seem to want him to be world champion. I'm like, I would prefer Carlito over MVP. I preferred Carlito over MVP, definitely. Too much work for people editing the network. Yeah. German suplex. 2. 3. I liked MVP's match with Benoit at Mania 23. I noticed he countered a lot of Benoit's moves. I thought that match was all right. It wasn't a bad match by any means. I liked it. I remember it finished with the diving headbutt, which I liked that was the finish. What went wrong, Carlito? Oh, flying headbutt. No water in the pool. He missed. It was a feud where they were competing everything under the sun, like pizza eating, chess match, basketball one-on-one, and there was a boxing match where Holyfield subbed for MVP. Was that that? I think that was on Saturday night's main event, like the next one, wasn't it? The one after this one. Early 2000s Benoit versus 2005 Samoa Joe. That would have been a cool match. The Triple H Kevin Nash Hell in a Cell match in 03 only happened just so Nash could say he was in a Hell in a Cell match. I'm sure it happened for some reason, you know. I don't remember hating that match. I know it has a bad rep, but I don't remember hating it, but it's not one of the better Hell in the Cells.
Covered by the champion. Hook of the leg on Benoit, who kicks out at 2. Just barely kicks out. MVP makes the tag. See how Edge.
You know what I am? I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I actually caught it. I just do things. What did you think when Nash tore his quad on Raw running to get a tag? I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. Best 100% WWE created in-ring performer. 100% WWE created? I don't know. I'd have to sit here and think about it. Because how many guys are truly 100% WWE created? Stream tomorrow too? We'll see. We'll see. I might work in another one because I want to blast through these last few Saturday night's main events. I might work in another one tomorrow.
Benoit has been in the ring for a number of minutes, taking continual punishment by both Edge and MVP. Off the snap down, Edge in control.
Edge has got a waist lock on Benoit. Nothing will ever top Vince tearing his quads at that Royal Rumble. That was unintentionally hilarious. It was like I knew something happened. I was like, uh-oh. Vince did something because he's sitting down. It was the weirdest looking thing. I'm tempted to say Orton in terms of solely in-ring capability. And that's Inseguri. Edge goes down.
Now Edge, he's making tag in the worst way. There it is. MVP United States champion into the ring.
And MVP just delivered the shittiest elbow drop I think I've ever seen. Benoit goes for the Inseguri, misses. MVP's got him by the leg. What about Kurt Angle if we don't count the Olympics? Kurt Angle might be a great answer. Edge would probably be up there for me too. I could never get into anyone from that 06-07 crop like MVP, Kennedy, Carlito, or Masters. Well, none of them really amounted to much, so I guess you weren't wrong in the end. Batista! Edge gets the fuck out of town. Do you remember Benoit doing a diving headbutt to Kane off the ladder at Mania 21? Yeah, I do. My neighbor's nephew back in the 90s got the shit beaten out of him by a British bulldog at a bar in Calgary because he asked Diana for a dance. Fractured his skull amongst other injuries he did to him. Shit. Sounds pretty severe. Flying headbutt by Benoit. 1, 2, 3. Edge hightailed it. He got the fuck out of town. That was fine. That was a formulaic tag match. Nothing to write home about, but it was Did MVP get Power Ranger chants during this event? I didn't hear any Power Ranger chants this time, but I remember him getting those. Edge wrestled on the Indies a few years before WWF. Well, there you go. Oh, guys, now we got Finlay and Hornswoggle versus Boogeyman and Little Boogeyman. This is going to be great. I'm surprised George Lucas didn't sue them. Because the Boogeyman looks so much like Darth Maul, it's uncanny. Edge's indie name was Sexton Hardcastle. I remember hearing that, actually. Best wrestler name ever. I think MVP's bodysuit was to hide his gang tattoos. Probably. No Way Out 2007. No, this is Saturday night's main event. And there's Candice Michelle as ring announcer. I mean, the girls look hot. I'm not saying they don't. It's just like, they're not great ring announcers. But yeah, this is Saturday night's main event, June 2007. Would you rather lose just one family member or lose your memory and not remember any of your family? That's a deep question, dude. I'd rather lose a family member because that's inevitable. I'd hate to lose my memories of those people. One finishing move you'd never want to be on the receiving end of, even if you were a full-time professional wrestler. Finishing move I'd never want to take. The Vertebreaker you'd have to talk me into. That one is like, even if I was in there with a good worker that I trusted, I'm like, that one's pretty dangerous. Stink face by Rikishi. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to take that either. I asked because Finley and Hornswoggle versus Boogeyman and Little Boogeyman was on that show. They did this match more than once. Vader Bomb, Styles Clash, Burning Hammer. Yeah. I would take a Styles Clash as long as I, like, you know, just don't tuck your head in. You're fine. Do-right tie between a one-winged angel, the Doomsday Device, and the Burning Hammer. I wouldn't want to take a Mandible Claw. I'd be afraid I'd throw up. Fair. How many worms did the Boogeyman actually eat? That is so gross. And wildly unsanitary.
But this is not the strangers. The strangers is still yet to come. Yes, it is. Huge six-man tag team match coming up. We'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Kenta Kobashi only did the Burning Hammer 7 times in his career because of how dangerous it is. Damn. I think Over the Edge 99 would have been a good show if Owen's tragedy had not happened. Do you agree? I probably would have been, yeah, but I think what happened to Owen just sucked the life out of the show for obvious reasons. Probably would have been a good show. Clothesline from hell, especially JBL doesn't like me. That's also a fair answer. Yeah. JBL doesn't like you. He'll fuck you up.
Very unorthodox, to say the least. Oh, looking for a word to describe the Boogeyman. All right, unorthodox. Oh, man. There are those gyrations that Boogeyman will go through about a dozen times in a matchup. What about his ring attire?
And Marty Wright, the wrestler who played Boogeyman, had a gimmick change. Could you have done anything? Could he have done anything worthwhile? I don't know. I don't know. That's a. Yeah, I mean, he started when he was 40, you know, so he started very late in the game. You look like someone who would be born in October. It's funny you mentioned that. Most of my family, my siblings, were all born in October. I was born in March. Last ride. Look what happened to Draws. Well, ooh, he just slapped the Little Boogeyman. And now Finley is getting his ass kicked by the Little Boogeyman. I just said that out loud. Now we got biting. Did Cole just say gyrate? Yes, he did. You should get Nunzio and Blue Meanie for backup. March? Yeah, I was March 20th. Hornswoggle. That shouldn't be a legal tag because he's not in the corner. That's not a legal tag. Referees are fine. Fuck it. Whatever.
The leprechaun, for lack of a better term. Now jacket's off. You know what that means? It's on now.
If Ibushi was a bigger man, I wouldn't want to take the Golden Sun Power Bomb. Half Last Ride, half Batista Bomb. Damn. March 1st. Happy birthday in March. What are your favorite pay-per-views that have been in Canada? Off the top of my head, I mean the Canadian Stampede in Your House. I'd have to like look back at some of the ones that were held in Canada. But that one definitely comes to mind. I was born in November. So happy birthday. Yours is coming up soon. My birthday next Sunday, Veterans Day. Happy birthday, dude. Jesus Christ, this match is this is another one that's gone on too long. Small package on Finley by the mini Boogeyman. Now Hornswoggle gets away from the Boogeyman. I hate all of this. I hate this. It's not funny. Stop laughing, Cole. None of this is... Big boot. Finley just booted the little guy in the face. Thank God. Mercifully, this is over. Favorite overall show and individual match so far this year? Favorite show, I'd probably go with Wrestle Kingdom. Overall match, individual match, I'd probably say it's either Jericho Omega, Omega Cody from March, or WrestleMania weekend, Ciampa Gargano 1, Omega Okada. Actually, you know what? I think my answer would be Omega Okada from Dominion. That would be my number one of the year. Mania 6 and 18 were in Toronto at the Skydome. They were. I wouldn't say they were among my favorite shows. Although they do have two of my favorite matches, Hogan Warrior and Hogan Rock. I wouldn't say the shows themselves were among my favorites. Undertaker's Last Ride is underrated as to how brutal it is to take. Yeah, I wouldn't. That wouldn't be a fun one to take. At least El Torito was pretty exciting to watch. Oh, the ECW Extreme Expose. This is when they had the strippers. Kelly's strippers. I remember that.
Please welcome Layla, Kelly, and Brooke. Extreme Expose.
Layla was there forever. I remember she was there forever. And Brooke went on to TNA and had some success. Young Bucks versus Golden Lovers. Not one of my favorites. It was an exciting match, but it had some of the issues that I typically have with tag team wrestling in it. But it was still a really good match. Yeah, Hogan Rock is the best thing on that show. That's the thing with 18. It's like it's Hogan Rock and then everything else is kind of hit or miss. They cut away from the girls to show Little Boogeyman chasing Hornswoggle. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why are you doing this? I agree, Lawler. Takahashi versus Ishimori. Was that a G1 Climax match? Oh, the Boogeyman. He's got Hornswoggle. What the fuck is this? Layla was the hottest girl on the roster till she left. I wouldn't say she was the hottest, but she was quite the looker. Best of the Super Juniors final. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the Best of the Super Juniors final. Yep. And now we're back to the girls. Brooke be twerking. And now we're back to the Little Boogie and Hornswoggle. Tee hee ha ha. Better ass, Brooke or Naomi? That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Using a Brooke and Layla shield.
I mean, both are pretty good. They've got it going on behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. I miss Takahashi. Yeah. Now they're playing. They've got the girls on their shoulders. Now we got a cat fight for some reason. What went wrong, Brooke Hogan? I don't know. Talk to her. Naomi, that thing is barely legal. One of Sasha Banks' ideas for names was Maya Jade. I like to pretend she'd be Maya Jade, Mara Jade's long-lost Earthling sister. That might be where she got it from. Yeah, it does suck that Hiromu got hurt, but, you know, that one dangerous spot, man. Oh, get this, guys. Here's our main event. We've got Kane, Doink, and Eugene versus Kevin Thorne, Viscera, and Umaga. Yay! The announcers keep getting worse. Who's this one?
One night stand, Kane in a massive battle with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, in a lumberjack match.
Whee! It's Doink!
Right now on SmackDown. They're really getting strange now. Old school.
Did you ever see the Jenna Maraska-Sharmell match from 2009? The finish of that match scarred me for life. I did see that match. I know it's negative reputation. There's Eugene. Oh, why is he dressed as a superhero? Michelle McCool, you might be the worst announcer yet. They kept getting worse throughout the show. I was 12 when this show happened. I remember how much I hated the main event. What went wrong? Doink in the 90s. They turned him face. Umaga is literally the only name I like in that main event. Naomi, just imagine doggy style. Hey, talk to her husband about that. What went wrong? Eugene. They made him annoying. This was a thing during the tail end of Eugene's run. MVP and LVP of this show. Most valuable player, Jesus Christ. Most valuable player, probably like, I don't know, like the participants of the tag match, because that was the only match that wasn't painful. Least valuable player, probably like Boogeyman and Little Boogeyman, because their shit is annoying.
Who has bulldozed his way through opponents for over a year on Monday Night Raw.
Pretty sure I watched this event live as a teen, even though I was easily worked and amused. I remember thinking this is amazingly average. This is like, dude, and the thing that's killing me is that these the Revive Saturday Night's main events, they keep getting worse. Each one is worse than the one before it. I've still got 2 more to watch after this. I thought you would say the least valuable player was all the ring announcers. I mean, they don't help, but, you know. Is Benoit in the tag match on this show? Yes, he is. He was in an earlier tag match, yes. If this is that show, it was the last time I ever watched him wrestle live. Yeah. I said it was like this had to have been one of his last televised matches. Maybe even his last. Can anybody, like, confirm that?
Elijah Burke's new breed on that show, but has since gone off on his own.
What do you think is the second best Triple H Shawn match? Their Raw 03 match. Their SummerSlam 02 match is their best, but the Raw 03 match that they had the tail end of 03, that match is incredible. Arguably the best match in Raw history. His last match was on WWE CW. Okay.
Thomas Jefferson and Bozo. Oh, yeah, Bozo. Yeah, you forgot it before.
I'm just curious, how much time is left in this? We've got 10 more minutes left in this show. 10 more minutes. Why? I remember watching leading up to the ECW pay-per-view he was supposed to be on and being confused as to why he wasn't around. Then the news broke. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, Punk took his place, right? No, I think Elijah Burke took his place. Or Morrison, I don't remember. But what about their match from Bad Blood 04? The Hell in a Cell, I remember that being really good. I remember that being a really good one. Top 5 current favorite Japanese wrestlers. I'm going to leave the Gaijins off the list. Like Omega could easily be on that list, but technically he's not Japanese. He works for a Japanese promotion, but I would say Okada's my number 1. Tanahashi's up there. Ishii's up there. Ibushi's up there. And one more. Suzuki. Let's throw Suzuki up there. It was Nitro at that point. Yep. Okay, Morrison took his place. He was supposed to face Punk and win. Okay. And Nitro, it was Johnny Nitro at that point. All right. Yeah, that match, the Triple H HBK match, went 47 minutes and 45 seconds. I remember that being a good match. Eugene is in there with Umaga.
The Samoan Bulldozer, 6'4", 348 pounds.
Thoughts on Bad Blood 03? You know, it's amazing. The only thing I remember about that show is the Redneck Triathlon and the Hell in a Cell, neither of which were that great. What went wrong? Umaga. Apparently, wasn't he like into drugs? Because I think that kind of halted a lot of his momentum.
You think Umaga's big? How about the 485-pound, 6'9" Viscera?
I was fine with the Triple H Shawn Michaels Hell in a Cell being 45 minutes. It was actually 47-26. JR said that after the match. 47-26. I heard Umaga was really good in All Japan. I think it was All Japan for some Japanese promotion. I don't know. I didn't see any of this. Thoughts on the Milan Miracle? What's the Milan Miracle? That's probably a dumb question, but I'm surprised Naito did. Oh, yeah, I forgot Naito. Yeah, Naito should probably be on that list. See, it tells you they've got a lot of great talent over there. Oh, and Santino won the IC title. I don't really think anything about it. I remember it happening, but I don't have any real opinion on it. It's like, oh, there you go. Yeah. When Santino debuted and beat Umaga with help from Lashley. Yeah, I remember seeing it. It didn't register with me at the time. I didn't care. Do you think New Japan dropped the ball with Naito? No, I think Naito's doing quite well for himself. Even after losing at Wrestle Kingdom and dropping the IC title to Jericho, he's still one of the hottest things in the show. So, who's the greatest, more influential cruiserweight, Rey Mysterio or Jushin Thunder Liger? Ooh, I would say Liger is more influential because Rey, you can only work like Rey if you're like his size. Like Liger had a style that was adaptable to anybody that was a cruiserweight, whereas Rey, part of what made him special is he's smaller than even the standard cruiserweight, and there aren't a lot of cruiserweights that are Rey's size. So I would say Liger was more imitatable and more influential in that regard. Mine would be Okada, Suzuki, Hiromu, Naito, and Ibushi. That's a good list. If they dropped the ball with Naito, they picked it right back up. Fair enough. Thoughts on the new member of LIJ? I'm I mean, hey, it's more LIJ. I'm fine with that. I thought he was a good fit. I saw the Raw episode on Spike back when Kane unmasked, and when it turned out he was wearing a wig all along, I was livid. And that was the end of me being a fan of Kane. Well, you saw the wig fall off again at Crown Jewel if you watch that show. I've seen the GIF, and the GIF's hilarious. I felt honored to watch a Liger match at TakeOver. Yeah, that would have been cool to see Liger perform live. Okay, what's the common theme of all the matches I've said tonight? Except sans the earlier tag match with Batista, Edge, Benoit, and MVP. This match has already gone on too long. I'm already sick of it. Yeah, that's the case here. I am so sick of this goddamn match. Good God, this might be the worst episode of Saturday Night's Main Event ever. You know, the old episodes would have like a fluff match at the end that nobody really cared about, but it would only be like a couple minutes. This is like already gone way too long. Tag to Kane. Please end. Please stop. What went wrong? Saturday Night's Main Event 34. Almost everything. The explanation from Cole was that Shawn punched Kane so hard his mask came off, even though Shawn clearly just pulled it off. It was an accident. It looked like an accident. Sidewalk slam.
Right hand off the skull, driving Umaga down to the floor. And here Kane up to the top rope. Are we going to see the big red machine fly?
Flying clothesline from Kane. Remember when Kane used to do that? Remember when Kane was capable of that? Shot on Doink. It's a madhouse. A madhouse. Is this as bad as Backlash or Battleground? Nah, it's kind of a different thing. Like, there's a difference between a bad episodic TV show and a bad pay-per-view. Do you think the idea of Bret Hart restarting the Starrcade 97 main event would take spotlight away from Sting? Yeah. It was executed poorly. All of it was poor. And Kane with a shitty chokeslam on Viscera. 1, 2. Thank God. Thank God that's over. Oh my God. Going to watch Pulgasari after the stream. Recommended by Patrick. Enjoy. Have fun with that. From what I heard, Kane is one of the easiest and safest guys to work with even to this day. I've heard that too. Yeah. With The Rock suspected to be winning next year, has winning the Royal Rumble become an accolade only by the WWE Hollywood Elite? I have no idea. Visagra. To be fair, anytime Viscera took a chokeslam, it always looked shitty. Yeah, exactly. The Sumo Monster Truck match from Halloween Havoc 95 had me laughing my ass off so hard to the point I swore I was going to end up in a mental asylum because of how hilariously terrible it was. Yep. Watch the making of Pulgasari too. I wish there was a making of it. Anyone remember the romance between Lillian Garcia and Viscera? I do. That actually got over, believe it or not. What if everything with the Starrcade 97 main event was as planned? Would it still take the spotlight away from Sting? I mean, I don't think so. If they had actually made it look like the NWO fucked him over and Sting got the match got restarted. But how is Bret Hart capable of restarting the match? Like, what authority does he have? The Miz is pretty damn safe too, to his detriment perhaps, but still, I couldn't even pay attention to that monster truck thing. It was too ridiculous. Lillian Garcia is hot. I agree with that. I remember Bobby Lashley slamming Viscera like he was a regular guy. Well, Lashley's a strong dude. Why are we getting a music video recapping this dog shit? This episode was so bad, it made me nostalgic for the Oktoberfest episode, which I believe was 28. That's how bad this was. I was like, you know what? I could go for some shitty Oktoberfest skits right now. What went wrong? Ryback. I don't know. They just pulled the plug on him. I mean, they turned him heel when he was red hot. That didn't help. Worst part is the music used for it isn't even that good. I agree. So was this the worst episode so far? It might be. It might be the worst episode. Well, that sucked. That might be the worst episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. Yep. Took us 34 episodes to get here, but I think we found the bottom of the barrel. Oh, boy. That was an ordeal. Okay, hopefully the Clash... I think the Clash of the Champions is going to be better. I'm actually looking forward to this Clash. I remember when they made Ryback a crybaby. Cryback? Bottom of the barrel for now. Yeah, we still got 2 more episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event to go through. But alrighty, guys. I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I come back, we are going to kick off with Clash of the Champions 33. So don't go away. Hello, I am back. What's up? All right, just catching up on the comments here. One of Sean Waltman's best matches was with Bret Hart on Raw for the world title in '94. I agree. That was a great match. I like how when the ref missed Kid's foot on being on the rope after he made the pin, Bret told him, And they continued. Yeah, that was actually like a great babyface moment for Bret. Ryback's bullying gimmick was pretty hilarious. I remember him being pretty funny towards the end there. Yeah. All right. All right, now I am actually kind of excited for this edition of The Clash because the nWo is going to be featured for the first time on the Clash of Champions. If I'm not mistaken, I also believe this is the final Hulk Hogan match in the history of the Clash of Champions. There's also a fairly memorable three-way tag team match for the tag titles here. So we also start to see the Cruiserweights get involved. So there's a lot of good stuff going on this show, and I'm very interested in checking it out. All right. Clash of Champions 33 features Nature Boy Ric Flair challenging Hollywood Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, we got Nate and Hogan going at it again, but this time it's the Hollywood version of Hulkster. So this is going to be a very different kind of encounter. Let's go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. There we go. The following Clash of Champions has been paid for by the New World Order. And we start off with the nWo beating the shit out of Ed Leslie. Hogan, oh, smacks Savage.
Man, brother, because stupid little man, if I would do that to my best friend.
My all-time favorite wrestling documentary is Wrestling with Shadows. Have you seen it? Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. What went right, nWo? Right place, right time, and it was punctuated with the greatest heel turn of all time. Right guys were involved. It was... Woo! 4 Horsemen versus nWo. Let's do it.
Between the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan as TBS and World Championship Wrestling.
What went wrong, nWo? Oversaturation and wrestling politics running wild, brother. What's the Clash of the Champions card? The card, let me pull it up. We got Mysterio versus Malenko for the Cruiserweight title. VK Wall Street, that's Mike Rotunda, taking on Jim Duggan. Conan versus Ultimo Dragon. Medusa versus Bull Nakano. Eddie Guerrero versus Diamond Dallas Page for the Battle Gold Championship. The Giant versus Chris Benoit. Harlem Heat versus the Steiner Brothers versus Sting and Lex Luger for the WCW tag titles in a triple threat. And Ric Flair versus Hollywood Hogan for the world title.
There's 3 or 4. Who knows how many? Hogan's limo's out back. There's security around it. The windows are tinted. You can't see in. We don't know if there's 3, 4, 10 people. Or maybe no one's in there. But
do you think WWE's roster has gotten too big? No, I don't think the roster's gotten too big. I think they've divided it so much that they've got too many small individual rosters that don't mean as much as they should.
The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the Horseman, helped Lex and Sting. Take you back to that footage
Let me.
now. It was very
Where do I put my phone?
It happened as Lex and Sting had earlier made a challenge to the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, and then take a look at what happens as we head to tonight's big Clash of the Champions. Let's go to the footage. Scott Hall gets backed up into the corner.
All right, I'm back.
Across the ring. Oh, man, he moved out of the way.
And there's no Luger to help him. There's no Luger to help him right now. It doesn't look good. Luger's on the other side of the ring on his knees. He's starting to get up now. Stinger kicking the floor like a pile of trailers. And here's Iron Anderson.
Yeah, now we got the Horsemen helping out the other WCW guys. WCW's got to rally together. Yeah, this is 1996, and literally like the month after the nWo formed.
Well, they've taken off. They have taken off into the crowd.
If you could only change one, which would you change? 3-hour Raws or WWE show formatting? As much as I hate the 3-hour Raws, I would desperately change the formatting of the shows because it needs an update. For God's sake. What's your best Razor Ramon impression? Yo, Chico, say hello to the bad guy. That's about as good as it's going to get.
You're wrong. They not only came to the aid of Luger and Sting, they came to the aid of World Championship Wrestling. That's what it's all going to boil down to. nWo, WCW, put it together, an explosion right here in Denver.
It's going to happen tonight at WCW sends in 13-time world champ Ric Flair against Hulk Hogan world title. Look at the ring for our first battle.
Woo! Could Razor have been WWF champ in the right circumstances? Yeah, if he kept himself clean, he probably would have been at some point. Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio. You know, it's funny. I watched their Great American Bash match, preparing for my top 10 Great American Bash match video, and I watched their Halloween Havoc match, preparing for my best of Halloween Havoc top 10 video. So now we've got this encounter. So I've been watching a lot of Malenko and Rey Mysterio this year.
And we welcome to our broadcast location here, Mike today, who has been following.
What went right? Razor Ramon. Great gimmick and the right guy playing it.
And Mike, welcome to our broadcast location. Tony, what a great way.
Storyline-wise, why was Heenan so in love with Flair? Because Heenan's a heel and Flair was a heel, and I think Heenan had like a financial investment in Flair, at least in the WWF. I wish Malenko would trade me to become a wrestler. I mean, he'd be a good one to go to. Razor Ramon or Scott Hall? I mean, they're both, either way, it's still Scott Hall through it all. So, you know, it doesn't really matter which name you go by.
Rey Mysterio Jr. would have the success that he has had.
The WWF doing WrestleMania 2 in 3 cities happened too soon. They should have had 2 just been at the Nassau Coliseum and have done it at WrestleMania 5 instead of having 5 at Atlantic City for the 2nd year in a row. I mean, I was not a fan of that Atlantic City venue, the Trump Plaza, so anything different would have been good.
Am I right, Mr. Today? Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Jericho said that he, Malenko, Benoit, and Eddie were all traveling partners. That's cool. What gimmick, Scott or Razor? I could go either way. That's my whole point. It's like the performer was great either way, so I don't really have a preference.
His World Championship Wrestling debut, the Mysterio challenge, the then Cruiserweight champion Malenko back at the Great American Bash.
Look at Ray. Oh, springboard dropkick.
By Ray Jr. Now he's going to spring off the ropes into that baseball slide type move.
Oh, look at that. Head scissors takedown. Trump apparently paid for those manias. I'm sure he did.
And the third happened recently on WCW Pro Wrestling. It's every Saturday morning at 9:05 Eastern Time, just a couple of weeks ago. And of course, Mysterio holds on to that Cruiserweight Championship.
Certainly has proven to be an active champion. Title defenses against international stars like the Dragon, Ultimo Dragon, Psychosis. Of course, Malenko.
Oh my God, look at Ray. That guy is really something special. Oh! Moonsault by Ray. 1, 2, no. Would you ever do the Wrestling Trivia Challenge on the No DQ channel? Probably not, because I'm not the most knowledgeable guy. I'm not like a walking encyclopedia. I love when Mike Tenay provides backstory on international wrestlers. I do too. It's nice to have that little flavor there. What went right? Rey Mysterio Jr. Once in a lifetime talent. He's just one of those. He was really something special, and still is. I mean, I think the lightened schedule has helped him like work in a style that's more akin to what he used to be. And this is in WCW. This was before like WWE got their. Oh! Alley-oop into a sun gun. That short ride, bad landing for Ray. Okay, this first match is already better than all of what I just saw in Saturday night's main event. The Clash is already better. It's already better than the last Clash I watched and the last Saturday night's main event I watched. Last few shows have been bad. I'm sorry for that. Oh! Jumping brainbuster. 1, 2. Ray kicks out.
Well, we've seen an amazing combination of speed, reflexes, and reactions that Mysterio brings.
You know a lot. I reckon you could smash it if you tried. I'd have to study and watch other examples of the trivia challenge just to see. He couldn't quite get. Couldn't quite get the small package by Ray. What went wrong? Tony Schiavone. Not much. I like Tony. I didn't have much of a problem with him. Rey Mysterio's best match in WWE and WCW. Best match in WWE. Either his 09 one of his 09 matches with Jericho. I'd probably go with that. Favorite match in WCW. Probably the Halloween Havoc match with Eddie, the 97 one. To me, the most overrated Mania match is Lesnar Angle. I respect your opinion. For me, mine is Andre Hogan from 3. It's good, but there's better matches from WrestleMania 3. I mean, I like Hogan Andre for things that go beyond work rate and other things like that. It was more the spectacle and the build-up and everything else. Did you hear the hilarious story Shivani told about what Heenan would say to women in clubs? No, I didn't. What would Heenan say? I'm sure it's great. What about Mysterio Angle at SummerSlam 02? That was a really good one, too. Yeah, that was a great one. I don't know if it's one of my favorites, but it's a very strong opener. It's one of those matches where the fans react to everything that they do. Hogan Andre is the most significant Mania match ever. Yes, it is. Absolutely. We're going to commercial break, guys.
WCW is going hog wild with the coolest look around. The official WCW Hog Wild merchandise. You look awesome. Your Hog Wild t-shirt for only $21.95. And the ultimate Hog Wild denim jacket for only $89.95. The official WCW Hog.
What about Ray versus Morrison for the IC Championship? That was a great match, too. Yeah.
And you can get yours. Just call.
Why are they plugging Hog Wild? Didn't the show already happen by this point? We're back from commercial.
Cruiserweight title being decided right here in Denver. Still to come, Hulk Hogan and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And we saw some startling footage earlier, and it was appeared to me, and we talked about what happened this past Monday in Nitro, that Nick Patrick.
Whoa! Look at that!
Great move by Mysterio, springing into that body shot.
I can't even describe that. You just have to go watch it.
Broken up, and Mysterio goes to a waist lock.
Look at Ray. Oh, nice roll up by Ray. But didn't get 3. Ooh, shot to the face by Dean.
It appeared to me, Mike, you were watching as well as everyone nationwide.
Have you watched NXT UK yet? No, I haven't. I'm going to start watching it after Lucha Underground wraps up, which will be this week.
Specifically, I think tonight we need to find out just exactly what Nick
Ooh, throws him down.
Great minds alike now. I watched Nick Patrick, the referee, and it appeared to me as maybe Hall's arm.
Top 5 wrestling stars from the 80s. Hogan, Savage, Piper, Flair, and let's say Steamboat. Those are my guys.
If that is truly the case, then obviously the New World Order has a lot of influence around.
Have you seen any of Eddie Guerrero's New Japan matches when he worked as Black Tiger too? Yes, I have. I have seen them, yes. Not much, but I have seen them. Noam Dar and Pete Dunne had a really good match. Okay, that's cool to hear. I forget, did Rey Mysterio ever face Phoenix or as El Dragon as Tekka Jr. in Lucha Underground? It's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't think he faced El Dragon as Tekka. He may have faced Phoenix, and I just don't remember it. How are they? They're pretty good. I mean, it's Eddie. Oh! Okay, Malenko has just launched Ray into the air 3 or 4 times, and it always looks scary as hell. I mean, if you're a fan of Eddie Guerrero, his Black Tiger work is definitely worth checking out.
That's why Rey
Mysterio Jr. went so high in the air. The altitude.
The air is thin. Is that it?
The air is thin.
No question.
Like Ultraman's hair.
And,
New Japan World put up a match for free with Owen Hart. Ooh, I'll have to check that out.
and Randy Anderson checking in. The air thin, obviously, is going to have its effect on all the athletes here tonight, here at the Clash of the Champions. And now, here's Malenko just letting the Cruiserweight champion up here. Sends Mysterio into the ride again.
Oh, look at Ray. A little trickery there. Oh, nice kick. Ray's going to fly. Whoa! Have you ever seen the Terry Funk Sabu barbed wire match? Yes, I have. It is brutal. That match is brutal. Did you read that Heenan story I typed earlier? No, I didn't. I must have missed it. No, I didn't see it. No, sorry, Jedi. English or Japanese commentary? I prefer English because I like to have the nuances of the story explained to me. And, like, I like to have the story told, and it's easier to follow if it's in English. In your opinion, the Cruiserweight with the wildest moveset, from this era? From, like, WCW? Probably Ray. Oh, look at Ray. Lands on top. Is it as brutal as the Abyss Sabu barbed wire match in TNA? I thought it was more brutal. Hurricane Rana roll-up pin, but Malenko got his foot on the rope. I think the Sabu Funk one was more brutal, which is saying a lot. Pregnancy angle that you did on a booking simulator. Yeah? What of it? How about any era and any promotion? Wildest moveset of any era, any promotion. I tell you what, Will Ospreay is something. I got to tell you, a lot of his stuff is pretty nuts. Uh-oh. Top rope gut buster. Oh! No, thank you. 1, 2, foot on the rope. No, his foot was on the rope. No, the referee's calling it off. Ray with a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Talk about being jobbed. Damn. Most brutal hardcore theme match in post-2010 WWE. Lucha Underground has had a couple. I'll tell you that. The Cerro Miedo match. The Kill Shot, Dante Fox. Hell of War match. Pentagon and Jeremiah Crane, Sami Callihan at Slammiversary this year for Impact. That match was pretty brutal.
No, we didn't get the pin there. Malenko thinks he won the belt. Anderson already had given him.
Yeah, where Sabu got his bicep torn open. Yeah, that was pretty sick.
1, 2, 3. Malenko.
Big Japan has some insane death matches. Yeah, I don't even bother with that stuff. It's that's barely pro wrestling. That's just hardcore insanity. Ospreay got compared to Dynamite Kid with how reckless he can be. Yeah, I think he's gotten better, but yeah, he can be a little reckless in there. Pentagon versus Vampiro, yeah. Sexy Star versus Mariposa in the No Mas match is an outstanding match. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Unlike any cream,
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's like one of the most brutal matches ever, but it was an excellent match. It was my pick for match of the year that year. I remember that.
Fresh and clean. Rush your breath with Dentine.
Oh, look at this. We got Glacier. We got Glacier coming, guys. Remember when Mortal Kombat was like the most popular thing on the planet? WCW tried to turn Sub-Zero into a wrestling gimmick.
action to be found here.
DIY Revival, a 2 out of 3 falls. That was an excellent match. I mean, I can't say that you're wrong there. That was an excellent match. Which Survivor Series match are you looking forward to? More Lesnar Styles 2 or Rollins Nakamura? It's hard to say because I don't know like what Lesnar are we gonna get, and Nakamura, I feel has lost so much steam. I don't know if him and Rollins are gonna be able to recapture or capture the magic that you want them to capture. What went wrong, Glacier? Gimmick was almost out of place. Like with the NWO running around, having Glacier on the show seems silly. All right, now we've got Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus the former IRS, former Captain Mike Rotunda, VK Wall Street. Would Glacier have fit in 80s WWF? Probably. That would have been a better fit for him. The Brain Station, TBS.
Tony, between section 12 and 13, there's people with an nWo banner. Now, are these people getting behind them now? What is going on here at World Championship Wrestling? Can you answer that?
I can't answer that. As you were looking to your left, did you see the banner in the monitor? It said the Brain Station.
Oh, yes.
You had that planted, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I don't even know that guy.
All right, it's time.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan is a very intelligent man. Insert Bobby Heenan laughing his ass off here. Yeah, if you haven't seen that match, go check it out on YouTube. It's literally just Heenan laughing at Hacksaw the entire time. It's fucking awesome.
The big guy from Lynch Falls, New York.
You heard what he had to say about Hogan. He can't stand it.
Rollins and Nakamura are more willing to work with each other. Lesnar could just be a lazy bastard enough to squash AJ like he did to Strowman. We'll see.
Millions of people, of youngsters, of adults, of people who have called themselves up the
Haku Ming should have went to ECW in the mid-90s. He'd have done very well there. Oh, yeah. Paul would have made him a monster.
Nature boy Ric Flair, this would be, no doubt about it, Ric Flair has to have more butterflies than ever before.
I don't think so. I know Ric Flair. This man is a champion. 100% in and out. And he gets himself ready for a match. He had only styles and profiles and with all that fancy moves. He is mentally prepared for anytime that man makes his way to the ring. I don't think the butterflies are going to be flying around in his He knows what he has to do. He's had big matches before. He's a champion 13 times.
Yeah, and he's also always wrestled for Ric Flair, winning the title for Ric Flair, but this time...
Imagine Ming versus New Jack. Jesus Christ. Hacksaw went to college. Insert Heenan laughing harder. Hip toss by Hacksaw. Clothesline by Hacksaw.
From Duggan now. Duggan used that clothesline to
3-point stance.
a
No.
lot of effect, and down outside.
You know, when I watched the old Saturday night's main events, Hacksaw had a couple matches that were pretty solid and were surprisingly good. So he got like a couple gems from his career. This match is the most Hacksaw-y Hacksaw match. It is just Hacksaw being Hacksaw. That's all this is.
Rolling down on the top rope for you fans.
3 classic ECW opponents for Pentagon.
WCW will present Fall Brawl featuring
Taz, Bam Bam, and Sabu.
for our fans in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area where the event will be held live. Get your paper and pencil ready.
Hacksaw in WCW doesn't feel right. I know, right? It doesn't feel right.
The 15th of September. We'll be telling you that in the next couple of segments here. So be sure to stand by for that. Reverse chin lock. Randy Eller is checking in, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. A lot of reserve in this big guy. Duggan, one of the biggest, heaviest hitters, but he can go for long periods of time. And here he comes.
The size of the paws on him.
Oh, he's an immense man. A back elbow that time. That cut him loose. Right hand to the jaw. Sending Wall Street in.
Back elbow by Rotunda.
Hacksaw took him off his feet. Lateral press. He got a 1 count only out of it.
That's what I would do. I would keep him sitting on that mat. I would
bend his head forward. I would cut off all his oxygen right here in the Mile High City, and I'd pull his tongue out about 3 feet, choke him with it. Now realize that Wall Street can't do
Ooh, jawbreaker by Hacksaw.
He is just a polished professional. As VK Wall
Ooh, Rob Van Dam. Yeah, Pentagon versus Rob. Yeah, that would have been a good one.
But he is a man who has it all as far as wrestling.
Yeah, Retro Kid. Yeah, the pregnancy angle that you mentioned earlier. What about it?
Right and left combinations of Hacksaw. Saw sends him in. Scoop slam.
Hacksaw with a scoop slam.
He planted him right there in the
He just reached into his tights. What the fuck? He's taping his fist. And he's spinning the tape around. Roll up. 2, 3. Roll up by VK. Rotunda wins it because Hacksaw was too busy spinning tape. That was not good, but at least it was short. Pentagon versus Jerry Lynn also would have been a good one. Do you think Pentagon would have been capable of putting on better hardcore matches with Orton and Edge than Foley did? I don't know if better, but I think he could have done really well.
Welcome to the Mile High City. I don't know, Sags, is this 5,300 feet high get to you? He's starting to wind a little bit?
Yeah, a lot of things been getting to me. What's getting to me is the same question over and over. What you asked us in Sturgis. Hey, where are you going? What are you doing? And what's going on? We're in the WCW. We're the Nasty Boys, and we're right here to fight. And that's all we're going to do is fight. Nasty as we always were.
You know, I should point out for the record that it seems to me like you have been patronizing the New World Order and especially Hollywood Hogan.
Let me tell you something. Our loyalty stands with the Nasty Boys. And always
Pentagon versus Hakushi also would have been interesting.
Why ain't we in the triangle match tonight going for the titles? Because that's what we want. We want the gold. So you know what? The Nasty Boys are going to have to do, Mean Gene. We're going to have to make a nasty, nasty statement. We don't care if it's Harlem Heat. We don't care if it's the Steiners. And we don't care if it's you, Lex, or Sting. The Nasty Boys are going to smash some stinking heads. You got it. You better get it because it's coming right at you.
Gee, Bebop and Rocksteady are really jacked up. Who put that bug up their butt? God, what are they in such a bad mood about? Young Stacks, did you miss anything? You missed a really good Rey Mysterio Dean Malenko match. I hope that green tea was worth it. Do you think the Nasty Boys match with the Hart Foundation at WrestleMania 7 is their best match? It's up there. They had a couple in WCW that were pretty good. I talked about their Halloween Havoc match with the Steiners. But their WrestleMania 7 match with the Hearts is pretty high up there for them. It's one of their best.
2 hours of action here on TBS. You know, moments ago, back here during the commercial break, I was trying to conduct an interview, a backstage interview, when all of a sudden, Mike Tenay and myself were rudely interrupted by the Outsiders. You wonder where the Outsiders and where the New World Order are coming from. Well, we did have an opportunity during that interruption to pose some of these questions, prime as they were, and you can hear that exclusive report.
Who wins in a shoot brawl between Ming, Barbarian, Lesnar, and Andre the Giant? Well, if the stories are to be believed, Ming. If the stories are true about how much of a badass he was, probably Ming.
Of course, call our WCW hotline where the inside information is yours on the telephone. Mike Tenay has joined us again. So, Mike, the Outsiders are here somewhere, apparently.
They are in the building. I can attest to that just backstage minutes ago. Gino Glenn and I
Here we go. Ultimo Dragon.
By the Outsiders.
You know, you don't know what
Called Ultimate Dragon here.
I can only say, fans,
Andre feared Ming. That's hilarious. Ming versus Suzuki. Jesus, I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't want to be within 20 feet of that confrontation. I wouldn't want to be 100 feet of that confrontation.
Will be coming down later, but the man he's facing, the Sonny Otto, brings in the Ultimo Dragon. And Mike Tenay, our fans who watched Hog Wild from Sturgis this past Saturday saw this man. It's our first chance for our fans on TBS, and he is a sensation himself.
First ever head-to-head matchup between these two great international talents, but both men very familiar with each other.
About the pregnancy angle. So you know the miscarriage angle that WWE did twice?
Matches down in Mexico.
John is trying to cause Toyota to have a miscarriage, and yes, John Cena is the face, naturally. Okay. And we've got Conan, who was on the last Clash that we watched. If Suzuki shows up at the G1 Supercard, I'm going to sing along with Kaiji Ninere like crazy. You should. It's one of the better theme songs in pro wrestling. Is Conan rapping? He is not.
There's Nick Patrick, referee, and it's first out here at the Clash of the Champions. This should be a tremendous matchup. As we said, the superstars, the young men from the AAA promotion, the young men from Mexico making quite an impact on World Championship Wrestling, and here's the Ultimate Dragon.
The saga of the Ultimo Dragon and how he's attained success in pro wrestling. Very interesting. Attending training camp in the Orient with the New Japan organization. But amazingly enough, they deemed him not good enough to make the grade. He set out on his own from Mexico City.
I felt Lesnar Anger feud in 2003 could have ended better. Instead, after their Iron Man match, they should have had a last man standing match in No Mercy with Lesnar retaining the title. They could have done that. I was kind of ready for it to be over by that point. It could have had a better ending, but, Then a ladder match at Survivor Series with Lesnar once again retaining the title to end the feud. Toyota is the only wrestler that has turned heel by getting the shit beat out of her. Well, it's John Cena. He can never be the heel. Snapmare takedown. Ultimo. Oh, he's tying Ultimo up in a pretzel. Angle and Lesnar were two of the only top guys in SmackDown 2003. Yeah. That Taker was up there too at that point. Would you rather watch Viscera versus Great Khali or Colin Delaney versus James Ellsworth? Jesus Christ. Whichever one's shorter.
Really startled. Conan has always had such a even, pleasant demeanor to be around when he's not in the ring, and he's not even like that anymore outside of the ring. He's a very bitter individual, and he talked about Hulk Hogan and the way Hulk Hogan is turned and how that has really influenced what he is doing. And there's the brains of the outfit, Mr. Sonny Ono. More than just the brains, it's probably the money of the outfit as well. And there's a lot of
Leapfrog by Conan. Here comes Dragon. Oh, nice flip over. Oh, nice drop kick. Oh, Sonny Ono getting some kicks in. And Conan's like, fuck you. What are you doing? Dragon with the double axe handle.
Very tough man. Yeah, he is. Feels hits right to the mouth, right to the throat area. And very quick, would you say?
Gutbuster. And are we getting a moonsault? Moonsault by the Dragon. Mahi Strolled Cradle. 1, 2. No. I'm also going to air guitar Tanahashi's theme since he's already announced to be a G1 Supercard. Nice rollover. No, Conan gets on top. 1, 2. Conan just... That was quick. That match was just getting good, and then it just ended. And what's Nick Patrick doing? Favorite type of roll-up pin? I'll tell you what, I really like Drago's Way of the Dragon. But, the classics like Schoolboy and Small Package, those are pretty good too. Survivor Series never had a ladder match back then, and that's why they should have had one. And it would have been cool to see Lesnar in a ladder match because he was in the Hell in a Cell match. Yeah, but Lesnar was never in a ladder match. That's interesting.
Who right now are backstage. We're going to take a look at some of them here in just a second. I think there you go. Ice Train is here. He's still taped up from the attack he had from the Giant, repeated attack. One thing you have to do, remember, Scott Joe conviction. Wait a minute. There's Scott Norton.
We have Scott Norton attacking Ice Train.
And there's no question there is
a fantastic feud if there ever was one. So riveting.
Former members of Fire and Ice. That's obvious.
On the hard-to-watch scale, 0 being your favorite match and 10 being a match you need to need a trash can to get through, where would you rate Brock Lesnar versus Zach Gallen? I don't remember their matches. I imagine it would actually work because it's just Lesnar throwing around a much smaller guy. Dark Knight is going great. Thoughts on Christian Bale in that movie? Mostly good. The Batman voice is ridiculous, but that's been made fun of enough, so I don't have to say anything about it. Scott Norton was better in New Japan. Yeah, that promotion would probably be a better fit for him. So we've got Ming.
Who would have thought that since our last Clash of the Champions that Miss Elizabeth would go with Ric Flair and that Hulk Hogan would do what he's done and hit this man on top of the head with a chair. Here we go.
Oh, we've got Randy Savage.
The Macho Man Randy Savage, no, he is not 100%, but that doesn't matter to him. You better believe that.
Well, the man's been there before. He's been heavyweight champion of the world. He's held every major title. He's a macho man. He won't.
Then in No Mercy 03, it should have been Taker versus Cena in a biker chain match with Taker winning to end the feud. Honestly, I wasn't a fan of the biker chain match they did do. I don't like pole matches, so. Gee, I wonder what happened to Savage. What do you think happened to Randy, you guys? Where is he?
Macho Man Randy Savage is not here to face me.
And the referee is Nick Patton.
Yes, I know. The fans encouraging the Macho Man to get out of here, but there's no Randy Savage. Gene Okerlund. Gene is coming to the ring. All right, Gene maybe has an explanation about what is going on.
Who looks best in the Batman suit, in your opinion?
To Nick Patrick. I have no idea if
Michael Keaton, but Michael Keaton's my favorite one, so, you know.
What do we?
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the injury sustained on Monday Nitro, Randy Savage is not here. The winner, as a result of a forfeit, is Ming.
Oh, so Ming wins by forfeit? Ming got a win over Randy Savage? That's kind of surprising.
If you think about what happened to Macho Man Randy Savage, it's very understandable.
My favorite match from Taker and Edge's feud was the Hell in a Cell match. What's yours? Probably their TLC match. I really enjoyed that one. More than Ben Affleck in the suit. Ben looked good in the suit. I didn't really have a problem with that. Today we have to change our clocks 1 hour back. I've already done it. Yeah, and here's the injury that Savage sustained at the hands of Hogan.
As we take another look at what happened and how it just rocked the head of the Macho Man, we were all kind of stunned. And you even brought the fact that he had hit the Macho Man and he attacked him, but did not touch the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Why was that?
Ed said he wanted to take a tombstone on top of the cell. That would have looked cool.
Record book as Ming defeating Savage, but we all know it. Hogan's the one that cost Savage the match.
No question about it. Behind us, the Dungeon Doom getting in the ring. With that in mind, we take you to Mean Gene Okerlund.
I don't know who's behind me.
Thank you very much, Tony. I should point out for the record, the Macho Man here in town in the Mile High City.
It is so weird that the Dungeon of Doom was still around at this point. We've got Ming, Barbarian, Humorous, and the Taskmaster.
Yeah, I got something to say to you, Oakland. You know, I don't like Randy Savage, and I spent my whole career hitting people with chairs, but they knew where I was coming from. I didn't praise Hulk Hogan for a year and a half. I told it like it was. I said he was no good, he was self-serving, and he wouldn't face you face to face. I didn't call him the immortal Hulk Hogan.
The spot where Taker went through those bunch of tables was unbelievable. A guy that old going through a bunch of tables is unbelievable. Yeah.
I didn't take him for that time.
What's the closest WWE ever came to finger poke of doom levels of bullshit?
And your friend
I mean, there was a lot of shit with Cena where it was just like they were just ramming him down our throats, and it was just like, Jesus Christ. Like when he beat Edge at the Royal Rumble, I was like, what the fuck was that?
And then, of course, things like Thunder in Paradise. I don't think he was ever a real serious threat to Sir Lawrence Olivier on that. Then the big television ratings on Monday night. You know about that on Nitro?
Oh my God! Wait a minute here.
He wanted to take credit for that.
Look at this man.
That's why Edge was sent to early retirement, yeah.
In the WCW. I am tired of us worrying about the NWO. I am tired of us worrying about the Four Horsemen. Taskmaster, let's do something about it.
Then what? Let me tell the Horsemen something. And especially Benoit. You know, a lot of people have been saying this Wolverine has dropped me in my head, and it isn't the neighbors, if you get my drift. We're the last stand for the WC.
Who the fuck is that?
I get the drift. I thank you, the Dungeon of Doom, Kevin Sullivan, Jimmy Hart, and company. We are live in Denver, Colorado.
There's just some weird werewolf-looking motherfucker running around the ring. I don't remember that guy. Does anybody remember who that was? What's the most underrated ladder match of all time to you? Probably underrated.
Our next match here, the Clash of the Champions, is going to be kind of a return match from what we
I think Triple H and Rock at SummerSlam in '98. That's a great one, and it doesn't come up in the conversation of great ladder matches.
And she had a chance to destroy the Honda motorcycle.
Ming is a car salesman now. I hadn't heard that. Is it Lon Chaney Jr.? I wish. Bull Nakano. She's going to be facing Medusa on this show, which that's a WWF 95 match if there ever was one.
She really is a tough lady.
Does it bother you when people only point to the screen, the on-screen stuff killing WCW instead of the Turner Broadcasting merger? It doesn't. It doesn't bother me. It's just a very incomplete assessment of the situation, and that's just kind of it's people who don't know the full story saying that.
Brought to you at the Clash by World Championship Wrestling. And now the lady who has made such an impact in ladies wrestling around the world.
When you compare WWE nicknames to New Japan, it's almost hilarious how much cooler the New Japan ones are. Yeah, it is. There's Medusa.
Well schooled in the martial arts.
Ming is not a guy you want to try and haggle the price down with. Probably not, no.
She has the nunchucks, does Bull Nakano, and she used them at the beginning of the match in Hog Wild.
Now, these two had some good matches in WWF. I remember their match in, I think it was SummerSlam, 95. I remember that match being good. Oh. Oh, no, that was Bertha Faye. I remember her having one with Bull Nakano that was good. Oh! Medusa's getting ragdolled right now. The Rainmaker, yeah, that's an awesome name.
The men don't use that move. Goodness. She's going to do it once again. Look at this.
Oh!
Like a frisbee. Spins her.
That looked nasty. Bull Nakano is beating the shit out of her.
Look at the head of Bull Nakano. And she's got the nunchucks. Randy Heller is
Worst WWE tag team name. Oh, nunchucks. How did the referee not see that? She just nunchucked Medusa to the midsection, and the referee completely missed it.
You see it, talk. You don't see it, your mouth shut.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking a lot about Hulk Hogan.
I can't think of any that stand out to me as being really bad as far as tag team names go.
Should be a classic.
Ace of New Japan, the Wrestler, the Cleaner, the B Team.
WCW World Tag Team Title Plus. Diamond Dallas and Eddie Guerrero. Much more.
Die Hard with a Vengeance was on after that. Batman and Robin was on ABC this morning, and Die Hard with a Vengeance was on after that. Yeah, the Die Hard movie's much better. Oh, Medusa's coming back. Oh, nice takedowns. Oh! 1, 2. Spirit Squad. Hug and Boss Connection. Is that the name for Sasha and Bailey's team? Because that's pretty shitty. Versus the Irish Whip. Sunset Flip. Oh, sit down by Ball. 1, 2. No.
I think she got off of it that time because that could have been a lateral
Show bar.
or just a sit down pin actually.
Oh, running drop kick by Medusa, and Bull Nakano goes outside the ring. Uh-oh. Medusa's going to fly. Oh, she hit Sonny Ono.
Now, why would Medusa go after Sonny? Sonny didn't bother a soul. Just standing there.
Yeah, Die Hard 3, it's good. My favorite is the first one, but Die Hard 3 is pretty good. Oh, and Sonny Ono accidentally kicked Bull. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. That was a short match, but that was good while it lasted. That was solid. Yeah, Sonny Ono really screwed up on that one. The Schumacher Batman movies, yeah, they can suck it. They're terrible.
Medusa's one heck of an athlete, no doubt about that. Well, Nakano, one tough lady. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, the first Die Hard is like the only one of the series I would say you have to see, but the rest of the other sequels are good, except for 5, which I heard was terrible. I refuse to watch it.
Kick Bull Nakano by accident. Medusa goes in from behind for the 1, for the 2, and for the 3. And there's your winner, Medusa.
Batman and Robin or Batman v Superman? Which one's better? I guess Batman v Superman is technically a better movie, but Batman and Robin is shorter, so. I've got Nancy Sullivan, awkward. Super awkward. Miss Elizabeth, also awkward.
For the coveted title that now has nWo on it instead of WCW. We're kind of all in this thing together. You are a 13-time World Heavyweight Champion.
Me, Gene, you and I will never be in it together. Tonight, it's the Nature Boy. Woo! It's the Gun.
Woo!
It's the 4 Horsemen. And it's the New World Order. Let me see. 13-time WCW champion, 1-time New World Order champion. Tonight, Hogan, names don't change. We just change the date, the year. It's you and me, an attitude in life. It's what to be.
What went wrong, Batman and Robin? Everything?
At the pinnacle of what you do.
I mean, you know, that movie has nothing redeeming about it, except it's so ridiculously awful that it's kind of funny.
When I
Walk that aisle.
I'll be the best. You've changed Hollywood. You've changed your outfit, but you haven't changed the makeup. Nash, you jump on me.
Gal Gadot influences my decision. That's fair.
You jump on me. You got the enforcer.
If your local cinema did an all-night Lord of the Rings marathon showing the extended versions of all 3 films, would you go? No, I have the extended versions at home, and I'd rather, I'd rather be able to stop and go to the bathroom. And you can't really stop the film in the cinema, so the only breaks I would get would be in between the films.
Hogan, or you don't like it. Learn to love it.
Woo!
Because it's the best thing going today. And Hogan, you know why we don't beat up my best friend? Because I can't.
I wonder if Ric Flair told Charlotte's ex-husband to walk that aisle on their wedding day.
Walk the aisle.
I don't know.
Woo!
Thank you very much. We're going to get anything tonight. Look at the ring. There will be a party here in Denver.
What if they showed the original Star Wars trilogy? I might go for that. Yes, I would go for that. See those in theaters. But they're not as long as the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings films are just way too long. To sit through all 3 of them in a movie theater, dude.
60 seconds. Then team taste will make your breath feel fresh and clean. Rush your breath with Dentine.
Why are the commercials included? It's so weird to see these. Hot Pocket. Lord of the Rings Extended, I heard, is 10 hours plus. That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Okay, earlier the telecast last, I was talking about our fans in the Triad area, North Carolina, the Winston-Salem, Greensboro, High Point area.
I hate how films now always make my butt go sore because of how long they are. Yeah, nobody knows how to make a movie that's an hour 40 anymore. That's like a lost art. DDP versus Eddie Guerrero. No Kim Page? No Kimberly?
Tomorrow morning, the Coliseum box office and all Ticketmaster outlets. For you fans in the Winston-Salem.
My mom bought me the original Star Wars trilogy, the actual ones on a VHS box set for Christmas when I was 8. It's the best Christmas gift I ever got in my life. And that's a pretty good Christmas gift.
At 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Or call Ticketmaster in the Winston-Salem, Greensboro area.
Because they need to have tons of story and effects and action and talking. Clark, you a lucky man. Who's Clark?
Recently against a young man who does not know the meaning of the word quit. And they love it. What innovation.
There's Eddie.
Just like Rey Mysterio Jr., a young man in the Cruiserweight Division who has made an impact with his determination, his heart, and his desire.
You must be talking about Eddie Guerrero.
You're right.
Well, there's no doubt about the popularity this man has. Every place I go, every airport I'm at, people are asking me about Eddie Guerrero. Is he really that fast?
Oh, Clark. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's, yeah, that Clark. Okay. My dad gave me his triple pack of the original Star Wars trilogy. I want to be buried with it. I'm cool with a long movie if they keep it interesting and exciting. I'd happily sit through a 3-hour plus Infinity War. Yeah, it's like if you can hold the attention for that long, sure. But a lot of movies, it's like, you know, you could have cut this further down. It would have been okay. Oh, they're going fast and furious here. Head scissors takedown by Eddie. Dropkick by Eddie. Oh, Eddie! Shoulder first into the ring post.
Dallas waits no time. One thing about Diamond Dallas Page, he knows his craft. The man is very arrogant. The man is actually, in many ways,
He's making a mistake here.
And what is that?
Guerrero missed him and hit the post. Right? Go after the shoulder.
Or try to get the 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
May cost him in this match. We'll wait and see.
Oh, gutbuster by DDP. What's your favorite Lord of the Rings book and movie? Movie, I would probably go with Return of the King. Book, it's harder to say because to me it's all one book. It's hard to pick a favorite out of that. I thought Dark Knight Rises was good, not great. I thought so too. It was too long. That was a problem. Yeah. 3 Spielberg movies you'd sit through in a theater back to back. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jaws, and one more. Jurassic Park. Let's say that. Watchmen was a long movie that actually held my attention. I didn't hate Watchmen. I didn't love it either. It happened. In your opinion, how impactful is Akira to the genre of anime? I've never watched Akira, so I can't give an honest opinion of it. The Sound of Silence was a nice scene. Yep. Did Shawn Michaels lose a smile when he lost his hair? Maybe.
We still have 2 big title matches to go. The belt that is still the WCW World Heavyweight title, but has been spray painted, graffiti by Hulk Hogan.
Check it out when you can. I will.
Holds the strap and going after Ric Flair. That will be nothing.
Okay, DDP, he's got a chin lock on Eddie, but Eddie's fighting out of it.
Other champions, Eddie's mounted a comeback now. Eddie slipped an elbow in. Here he goes. Eddie came out of it that time. He still thinks so.
Oh, trips up DDP.
Bought himself some time to get up that time and goes right to the gut.
I'd pay anything to sit through Jaws in theaters. The ending credits with the music and beach always brings a tear to my eye because of how amazing it is. Is Raiders your favorite Indiana Jones movie? Either that or Last Crusade. One of those two. Eddie gonna fly. I have a soft spot for Batman Forever. It's like The Dark Knight Rises, good but not great. It's way better than Puns and Asses. Yeah, it is. Forever is a better movie than Batman and Robin. Power bomb by Paige. 1, 2. No. Should Mission Impossible change its name to Most Likely? I have no idea. Run that by Tom Cruise. 3 Godzilla movies you'd sit through back to back. I mean, any of my top 10, like any of those. Like Gojira, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, Godzilla vs. Mothra from 64. Frog Splash by Eddie. 1, 2, 3. He beat him. Eddie Guerrero. That was a good match. I enjoyed that. He's got the Battle Bowl ring. And this feud would continue all the way to Halloween Havoc. But, yeah. Godzilla movies like the original Mothra vs. Godzilla, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla vs. Diamond Cutter! Paige is like, fuck you. What went wrong? Spider-Man 3. I like Spider-Man 3, but I think studio interference got in the way. I think including Venom when they didn't need it got in the way. Another Diamond Cutter! Yeah, it was just, they tried to balance too much. How long is the original Gojira? About an hour 40, I think. My aunt and I were discussing horror films this week. Was that Chavo? Chavo out to help Uncle Eddie? And a top rope Diamond Cutter on it. Yeah, Jesus, he's killing Eddie. From 64, damn, you're older than I thought. I wasn't around in 64. That was 21 years before I was born. Anyway, my aunt and I were discussing horror films this week. She was saying films like the original Halloween and Alien are more suspense than horror, whereas The Exorcist is straight horror. Do you agree? I think suspense is horror, but that's just me. You still a fan of Doug Walker? I used to be a fan of his up until about 2010. I hate his vids now because he's an SJW feeding his ego in his vids. I haven't watched him in a long time. It's been a long time since I've watched a Nostalgia Critic or anything like that. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of his work now. Up there's Hogan.
And talk about Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Qualify what you just said about me, dude.
Jericho used to say that Eddie and Benoit were always picking apart their matches even when they were good. I mean, the great artists are typically their harshest critics.
Well, you know, you gotta understand. Those are under normal rules, brother. But here tonight, in Denver, Colorado, the nWo rules. So you better watch your step.
I don't find 80s movies scary at all, not even The Shining. To each his own. I don't find a lot of modern horror movies. Well, horror's getting better. Like, I think we're getting to a point where horror is significantly improved. But for a while, like, horror wasn't scary at all. It was just a gore fest. And it's like, that's not scary. That's just gross.
In all his glory, couldn't even lace my boots up. 13 times.
Here's Johnny.
AEW heavyweight champion is an unlucky number, brother. And he'll never be the nWo champion. And no matter how hard he works, only one man will be the Babe Ruth of wrestling. Only one man will be the Michael Jordan of basketball. Only one man.
For a long time, horror was just jump scares. Yeah, that was also a thing. So again, that's not scary, that you're just startling me. There's a huge difference. I like to be wined and dined with my horror. Dangle me by a string, you know? I would like to play Alien Isolation, but I think the game will be too scary for me to play from the clips I've seen. I haven't seen any clips of it. Johnny Gargano actually tweeted Ciampa a gif of Jack Nicholson saying that. Every movie tried to be Paranormal Activity. Oh my God, yeah, the found footage shit. That just was forever. Jump scares stop being scary after the third one. Yeah, when they do it too much, yeah.
And starting tonight, when I beat the former dirtiest player in the game at his own game, Ric Flair will be known in the ratings all around the world as the stupid little man that couldn't get the job done. Just like you. So you, from now on, stay out of my face. All right.
Oh, man.
He does that again. I may need some help.
Hogan's a dick.
We got more from Denver. You're at the class. You understand me? I do understand.
I'd say suspense and horror are two different ways of achieving the same result, emotional distress. One through a crescendo of unsettling events and the other through gore and violent imagery. That's a fair assessment. Oh, more Glacier. Because that's what we need. More Glacier. I need a reminder about Glacier. Hey, Glacier's coming, guys. Glacier!
Back live in the flash, a couple of program notes before the next match gets underway, and during the entrance of one of the horsemen, Chris Benoit.
Who would win in a kaiju fight, the 2014 Godzilla or the Godzilla and Shin Godzilla? Ooh! Interesting question. I don't know. I'm tempted to say the legendary Godzilla. I felt like he was more powerful, but I've never seen the Shin Godzilla version fight another monster, though. Chris Benoit with Woman and Miss Elizabeth. Chris Benoit standing next to Nancy. That is awkward. All three of them are dead. That is also awkward. Miss Elizabeth looks so good here, though. Still hot. Have you seen any Alfred Hitchcock films? Where are they?
Tony, did you ever think you'd see Hulk Hogan manhandle Mean Gene Okerlund?
Never in my life. I know Gene is as startled as we are.
Gene loved this.
I have a lot of them. Rear Window, Dial M for Murder, North by Northwest, Rope, which is one of my favorites, Vertigo, and of course Psycho. I'm quite the Hitchcock fan. I like Alfred Hitchcock a lot. He might be my favorite director. The Purple Fire Blast, though. Yeah, the Purple Fire Blast is pretty strong. Next Halloween you should go as Pat Rick Rude. Pat Rick Rude. Yeah, I see what you did there. First reaction to hearing what Benoit did. I was shocked. I was like, damn, really? Oh, this is going to be... This is going to stick for a while. This is going to be... when I first heard it, I was like, this is going to negatively impact the business for a while. And it did. What the hell did... We just got a running drop kick from the Giant. Choke slam. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. 1, 2. Could you imagine? The Giant just beat Benoit in under 30 seconds. Could you imagine them doing that match in like 2002? The internet would have lost their goddamn minds. But they made it look like Nancy did something to fuck. Oh, no wonder he murdered her. Bad joke. Bad joke. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. But anyway, it looked like Nancy had him like tangled. She was trying to get his vest off, and there was a confusion there, and the Giant did a running drop kick and then a huge choke slam for the win. I mean, it is good to make the Giant look like a Giant. I don't know if Benoit's the guy I would have used in that spot, but, you know. Godzilla Earth trashes every other Godzilla, though. Yeah, well, he's also like 300 meters tall, so yeah. Those movies must get all the girls. Want to see my DVD collection? Oh, yeah, their ladies love it. They love it. Kicking out of finishers don't mean anything anymore. Back then when Warrior kicked out of 5 elbow drops, Brett kicked out of the perfect plex, and Taker kicking out of the stunner at Judgment Day. Yeah, now it's just meaningless. Seems like you don't have my favorite Hitchcock film, The Birds. I don't have The Birds. That one's not one of my favorites, actually. I should probably give it a rewatch, though. 2001 were when kicking out of finishers meant something. Yeah, that was around the time it started to get overplayed. And then you get to the Cena era, and it just became ridiculous. I always feared that they would shut down after the Benoit incident because of the style of a lot of their wrestlers. Yeah, it was a scary time for the business. Are there any movies you didn't like as a kid but love now? I can't think of any, to be honest. I can't think of any. And Roman kicked out of 5 F5s. Yeah, that was, like, absurd. The Steiner brothers! Who? I'm a Steiner's mark. I can't help it. Grow a beard. I tried once, and it didn't work. It didn't, like, I don't look good with a beard. What about the other way around? Movies you liked as a kid but hate now? Oh, there were plenty. Plenty. Like, as a kid, I liked, what was it called? Rock-a-Doodle. The movie's garbage. He-Man and She-Ra Secret of the Sword. That was my favorite movie when I was 4 years old. Try watching it now. It did not age well. It's not a movie. That's the other part of it. It's technically not a movie. He's the man called Sting. Austin and Taker's Judgment Day match 2001 No Holds Barred is their most underrated match. I can't believe that match doesn't get enough praise. I remember it being a good match, but I also remember them fucking up the finish because they had Kane come out and they did all the pyros and everything, and the pin happened while Kane was making his entrance. I'm like, oops. Rock-a-Doodle sounds like a kid's coloring book. You're not far off. And Harlem Heat. Yes. No.
And you know why they're going to win this one? Because of that lady right there. They have the advantage. They have the edge. They have Sherry.
Grow one anyway. We want to see, and by and as in we, I mean me. It always bugs me when the music and video and lights are played during a shock run-in. Yeah, me too. It makes no sense. But we didn't complain when DB went completely Superman at WrestleMania 30. Yeah, because we wanted him to win. So it was like, they got to face over. Let's not go against this. I'm not going to go against them getting a face over. Oh, there's Colonel Parker.
Colonel looks like there's something on his mind.
Yeah, he's a very determined man here. He is standing there at the bottom of your screen with Sister Sherry, the obvious love of his life. They've rekindled those flames.
I was absolutely crushed by how terrible Austin and Taker's Backlash 02 match was. Was that the one with Flair as guest referee? Because, yes, that match was awful. I remember how bad that one was.
If I'm Rick Steiner, I want to tag Scott all the time.
Not going to say who it is, but that happened during NXT this week during a run-in. Music during a run-in, yeah.
World Tag Team here. Still to come, Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. I tell you, we are in the midst of...
All right, this should be a good match. Sting and Luger, Steiners, and Harlem Heat.
World Championship Wrestling's production crew, the best in the world, have brought you 9 hours of live WCW action. That's 9 hours. And I tell you, it's been quite a week here, and we certainly appreciate the fans being with us. And I could go on and name the people who are the important part of bringing you our telecast, but there are so many people that I would leave out someone.
Favorite rock concert?
Beat up on my way back.
The one where he did the song about the Lakers gonna beat the Kings in May. That was my favorite. Steiner's in their prime versus American Alpha. Oh God, I'd love that match. What's Lex Luger up to these days? Broken body, unfortunately. I hear he's in a wheelchair most of the time, but I hear he's like turned his life around. He's like a born-again Christian, and he's doing really well for himself, spiritually and emotionally. Who did Jericho have less in-ring chemistry with, Austin or Taker? I don't remember watching. Okay, I remember him wrestling Austin and Taker, but I don't remember how their matches turned out. Do you ever get sick of wrestling questions? No, that's why I'm here. Oh! Oh, and Luger with a clothesline. What about Rick Steiner? He seems like he'd be a good wrestling coach. Nah, he'd just bark at me the whole time. Like, literally, he would just bark.
And they exchange a good look at Nick Patrick. Obvious to me that he pulled Paul out of the way if you saw Nitro. And Scott Steiner makes tag. You see, I think this is a mistake. Should have tagged his brother. That's right. If he tags, he doesn't tag his brother. Now
you got Luger and Stevie in there right now. Stevie Ray's pounding away at Luger. Chad Gable versus Zack Sabre Jr. That would be good. Who wins the NFC East? If I had to pick now, I'd say the Redskins. They look to be the most competent team in the division. The Eagles are uneven. The Cowboys are anemic. And the Giants are fucking terrible. So it's like the Redskins are the only ones that are consistently solid, at least. They've had their bad games, but they lost to the Saints, which, you know, they're the Saints, and they're one of the power. Oh, there's Rick getting some clotheslines in. Oh. Top rope bulldog. 1, 2, no. Luger breaks up the pin. What went wrong? The New York Jets. Years of bad drafting and poor coaching and bad decision making. I'm a Patriots fan, but I respect the Giants for beating the Pats in the Super Bowls 42 and 46. I appreciate that. Thank you. My favorite rock concert was the one where he makes fun of Vicky Guerrero. I don't even remember that one. He sang that she looks horrible tonight. How did you feel about Goldberg beating Brock at Survivor Series 2016? After all the hype of Lesnar ending the streak, I wasn't a fan of... Oh, look at that slam by Rick. I wasn't a fan of them giving that win to a 50-year-old man. But as far as capturing the feel of classic Goldberg, it was great. So I was kind of torn. Sting with a Ricky Steamboat like chop off the top. What went wrong? Vicky Guerrero. The screeching. The constant screeching. Stop with the screeching. Oh, reversal, hip toss, and Sting. Oh. By the way, Sting, not with the blonde flat top. He's grown out his hair and he's gone brown. He's morphing it. Whoa! Stevie Ray breaks up the pin.
Sting and Lex Luger will meet Ric Flair and Arn Anderson in the main event of Nitro live this coming Monday, 2 hours, beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Who's better, Aaron Darnold or Khalil Mack? Khalil Mack is a beast. The screeching was a great heat magnet. I mean, it got the crowd to boo her, but it did make for good television. He's getting ready to turn into Crow Sting. Yes, he is. Screeching, says the guy with the Mickey Mouse voice. Hey, you know, I wasn't put in front of a TV in front of millions of people. Did you know the Giants played at Yankee Stadium from the late 50s to the early 70s? Yes, I did know that. Is that movie any good, The Crow? It's solid. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a solid flick. Sting getting beat on. Knee drop.
I'd have Sting in that corner. I'd be dragging off fast tags in and out. I'd be confusing the referee. I'd be trying to lure the Steiners in. I'd be trying to lure Luger in. But I'd keep Sting in that corner. I'd make those fast tags, just wear them down. That's the way you win.
You were put on YouTube in front of tens of people. Yes, I was. That seems, oh, Scott Steiner gets the tag. Oh, no, the referee's not allowing it. He didn't see it. Oh, no, he is allowing the tag. Okay.
You need to let things like this happen because it's important to get in here.
Scott Steiner versus Sting. There we go.
No strangers, close friends, I know, but no strangers at all. Been a lot of controversy surrounding the team of Sting and Lex Luger. Ever since Luger arrived here on our first Clash of the Champions back on Labor Day 1995 at the Mall of America in Minnesota. But Luger has.
You mean Nitro? That was the first Nitro, Tony.
Sting now.
Oh, shoulder block. Leapfrog by Sting. Stun gun. Scott Steiner. Bad landing there. What would a conversation between late 80s Jake Roberts and the Shape be like? It wouldn't be a conversation because the Shape wouldn't talk. Would the Crow have had the following it does if Bruce Lee's son hadn't killed himself? I have no idea. Good question. I have no idea. Suplex attempt, but Scott counters. Ooh! He just hit the Stinger death drop, Scorpion death drop on Sting. Jim Carrey would have been a perfect Joker. I mean, I would have liked to have seen that. Double underhook. Where are we going? Power bomb. 1, 2. Oh, Luger breaks it up.
And now he and Rick Steiner are going to mix it up again. No, Nick Patrick telling him to get back. With a hard heat. They're just standing back.
Then what would Jake Roberts be saying to the Shape if he met him? Trust me. Just trust me. What went right, Dr. Nick Riviera? Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. A catchphrase, basically.
Correct? No, not necessarily. Why not? He doesn't need to be in the ring.
With the Survivor Series IC versus US title match in mind, would you make either hold or drop to someone else for a more preferable match? Here's my stupid question. Who are the title holders? Is it Nakamura and Seth?
They're getting certainly a second and third win here. They are certainly the fresh team. They could step right in.
Jim Carrey wasn't a very good Riddler. Well, he wasn't in a very good movie. I don't know if he can be blamed for that. German suplex by Rick. Luger went flying.
They can use the rest. Anyone can use the rest.
Yeah, the tag made to Scotty.
Now, 30 seconds is very important in a match like this.
More incompetent doctor, Dr. Nick or Dr. Hartman? Dr. Nick, clearly. Like, he's cartoonishly awful.
You don't want a fresh team in there. You don't want a fresh man in there.
Oh, now Luger catches him. Into the rack. He put him in the rack. Oh, Rick breaks it up. Up now, everybody's in there.
Here come the World Tag Team Champs.
Here we go.
Oh, sidekick by Booker.
Almost took Steiner's head off.
Yeah, I say leave. I guess if it's Nakamura and Rollins, just leave the belts on him at this point. No reason to really change it. And everybody's brawling around the ring. We got Booker and Scott Steiner in there. A preview of WCW 2000. Here we go. Frankensteiner! 1, 2. The Outsiders. What the? Oh. Oh, Nick Patrick being the dirty ref. He called for a DQ when the Outsiders showed up and they never got to the ring. Would you go see Dr. Nick if he was the only doc in your city when you were sick? No. I'd be better off doing it by myself. One of my favorite NFL games of all time is Falcons-Steelers 34-34 tie in 2002. Do you remember that game? I actually don't. I don't remember that game. Steiner's had the belts won. But the Outsiders, they want the title shot against Harlem Heat. Yeah, disappointing finish, but that was a good match. I enjoyed the match.
And look down the ramp as you can see the Outsiders attack.
Gets him into Frankenstein. Drives his head right into that match. He's got the match here. He's got the belt. But there's the Outsiders. There's Hall and Nash. Out of nowhere again.
Well, they did. The Outsiders did attack participants in the match, so maybe it's not a bad call.
Just about ready to drop their hand for the 3 count. Notices the Outsiders and calls for the bell.
Actually,
Will comic books still be a thing in 10 years' time? I assume so, but you never know. Favorite non-Giant Super Bowl game? Rams and Titans was a great one when that one happened.
I don't blame him for being hot. What was your call up there?
It was a disqualification for outside interference. What do you think it was?
Where was the outside interference?
Did you watch the same match?
Yeah, Super Bowl 30, those interceptions were bad. They were real bad.
Did they get in the ring?
No, they didn't get in the ring, but they interfered in the match. Any rule book that's in print today for wrestling, if you look it up, outside interference is a disqualification.
You know, Ben never even got into the ring. As a matter of fact, I don't think they even made it within 30 feet of the ring.
That's a good point. They never got in the ring. Which brings me to one point that I want to get across. What makes a referee great is to be able to see.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Got that. It said non-Super Bowl Giants game. My favorite non-Super Bowl Giants game. When we beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, our Super Bowl year. That game, if we didn't win the NFC Championship, and I even said, it's like, look, we could lose 40-0 next week to Green Bay. The Patriots could monkey stomp us in the Super Bowl. I don't care. We beat Dallas in the playoffs. That was a feeling that was better than sex. It was the best. That game, thinking about that game makes me so happy. Do you agree that American football and American sports as a whole is too much stop-start? No, I enjoy it. I like the pacing of football. It's not for everybody, but I like it. I'm fine when an NFL game ends in a tie game. It can be great even if it ends in a tie. Are you fine with NFL games ending in a tie? I mean, if you can't win a game in 5 quarters, fuck you. That's my attitude. No reason to stretch it out. What would a live stream of you watching Super Bowl 42 would have been like? Me pacing back and forth, chugging beers, and yelling at the TV. I can't even duplicate it. All right, we got main event time here. Ric Flair versus Hollywood Hogan. What about Super Bowl 46? More the same, probably. That sounds like a better stream than this, to be honest. Well, yeah, I would have been extremely animated. And then you probably would have seen me cry towards the end of the game when the Giants won it.
And now, 2 years later, the fortunes have been reversed. Flair is no longer the champion.
Oh, here's the nWo music. Mickey Mouse animated? Sure, why not? Larry Brown was the MVP of the Super Bowl 30 because of Dion. Down, 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 bow, mow, mow, bow, mow, mow, down, 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 down.
go through to win that title, to earn the opportunity to become WCW champion?
Since Super Bowl 32, I've seen every Super Bowl consecutively. Which Super Bowls have you seen consecutively, starring with which one? I've seen all of them since 25, which was Giants and Bills in 91. Sing the DX theme. I can't sing it. It's got to be playing.
We don't know how many outsiders there are, though.
Wouldn't make any sense. We got the nWo theme, and I'm singing DX. It wouldn't make sense. What went right? Val Venus. Great gimmick and presentation. Right guy playing the role, too.
Hulk Hogan. Tony, in your travels today, can you answer me this? As you look around the dressing area, the people you talk to, is the fourth member of the outsiders here?
Well, I haven't seen anyone new, if that's what you're asking. But that brings up the question: is the fourth or even fifth?
Which was the one-sided Bears-Patriots Super Bowl? That was... Was that 20? I want to say that was 20. You know, the big Valboski. I like that the Giants' name is still on the title belt. They still have the Giants' name on the title belt. Anyway, the big Valboski is a lot like a Rubik's Cube. The more you play with it, the harder it gets. Oh, you already posted it. Yeah. You know, ladies, my left leg is Christmas and my right leg is New Year's. You should come visit the big Valboski between the holidays. That shit's great. I love it. Hogan and Flair, but with a role reversal. Flair is the face, Hogan the heel. Woo! When Elway finally won his first Super Bowl, watching that moment on sports channels always makes me cry tears of joy. To finally see him win it after losing 3 Super Bowls in the 80s. Yeah, it was one of those things you didn't think that Elway was ever going to win it. And that game, that Packers-Broncos game, is one of the best Super Bowls, I think. This one's for John. Headlock takedown by Flair. Look at that. Oh, roll up by Hogan. Push off the headlock. Oh, shoulder tackle by Hogan. And Hogan's mocking, doing some mockery now.
Hogan always was arrogant like this. I've known that all my life. Now you people see what I've been talking about.
I love how Heenan was like vindicated. It's like, look, I told you Hogan was an asshole, but none of you listened to me. I feel Elway only won because of TD. You know, that's fair, but the Broncos team was good. I know they also won 2 in a row, so it's not like, you know, they were an incompetent team with one really good player or something. Oh, slap to the face by Flair. When it comes to the CFL, which teams do you know of? I've never followed the CFL. The Edmonton Eskimos. That sounds racist. That would never fly in America now.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that would like to as well.
I'm not siding with the human, though. You people like, hate, do whatever you want, who you like, who you dislike. Let me tell you my feeling. Anybody else doing something like this, I'd have to think about that.
Hogan takes down Flair.
Not when Hogan's involved.
Got him in a hammerlock. But Flair looks like he's in the ropes. To the ropes. Hogan. Flair ducks the clothesline. Chop. Flair chopping away. Down goes Hogan. Hogan getting the hell out of there. How would PC Principal react to WWF Attitude Era? He'd flip his shit. What is so giant about the Giants? Their legacy. They've got a giant legacy. Yeah.
Remember, he wrote the book on being dirty.
Well, they said he's the dirtiest player in the game. But there's the lousiest human being on earth.
Hogan had been calling him the stupid little man. He took a chunk out of the head of his close friend, the Macho Man Randy Savage. He attacked the Booty Man. If you saw Hog Wild, the Booty Man had come out in the nWo shirt, I guess ready to jump ship when Hogan attacked him.
Thought on Cole saying Miz was like a son to him when he helped him against King. I hated that whole angle, so whatever. Favorite Super Bowl you've seen of the 20th century? Giants and Bills. I'd say Giants and Bills. It's the best one. Oh, test of strength. Oh, look, Flair's biting. How clever. Another chop. Chopping away at Hogan. What the fuck happened there? That was weird. That was awkward. That was Botchamania worthy. Oh, Flair flips over out of the ring. What about in the 21st century? That wasn't 42 or 46. Jeez. I thought Packers and Steelers was a great one. Whichever one that, what was that, 45? Ooh! Face first into the post. Oh, my thoughts on the angle where Kurt Angle wanted to rape Sharmell. Yeah, that was terrible. He wanted to have perverted bestiality sex with Sharmell. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, Panthers Patriots was a good one too. I remember it took a really long time for them to score, which I like that stuff. Again, it builds suspense. Who's going to get the first points? Hogan beating down Flair now. Into the corner. Flair flips up again. Lands on his feet this time. Oh, and he gets a shot in. Suplex. Look at Flair getting that suplex. When did this rape angle happen? Is Hogan hulking up? That's dumb. Yeah, the rape angle, I think that was what, 2005? Why is Hogan hulking up? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That's stupid. Yeah, somebody needed to tell Hulk, yeah, you don't hulk up anymore. That makes no sense. Leg drop. Oh, Flair moved out of the way. Figure four time. Whenever I see the Bills versus Giants Super Bowl, it makes me think of Miami versus Florida State. Steelers versus Cardinals was a great Super Bowl. It was. It was a really good one. Favorite Hulk up? WrestleMania 18. Best Hulk up ever. Hogan flips over on the figure four. He's right back. Just grab the rope, dude. You're right there. Oh, and Hogan just threw the referee down. And here's the nWo. Now we've got a three-man beatdown. Hogan, Hall, and Nash. Oh, there's the Horsemen. Sting and Luger, too. They're like, fuck you guys.
I think he did too. Don't forget Monday night, Sting and Lex will face Arn Anderson and Ric Flair.
Okay, Ric Flair was just announced as the winner by DQ, so Hogan keeps the title.
The outsiders took off. They went into the seats. They went through a doorway. They went through an opening. I don't know where they are. They may be coming around.
Thoughts on Gargano being revealed as the attacker? I kind of like it. I'm willing to see where it goes. A girl I went to elementary school with, who I had a crush on, looks a lot like Stacy Keibler. You're lucky. I hope I get to date her or marry her in the future if she remains single or becomes a widow. Well, I would, I mean, if she's single now, like, hop on that, dude.
As a result of a disqualification, and still World Heavyweight Champion, excuse me, the winner of the match was a result of a disqualification, but not World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Hogan keeps the title. She has a boyfriend right now. Oh, sorry to hear that. Just word of advice, if you're interested in a girl that has a boyfriend already, don't be that friend, that guy friend that's like so supportive and basically licks her asshole everywhere she goes. Don't be that. She will not respect you. How many times did WCW do a Hogan versus Flair match? Too many. Way too many.
Once again, and has been the pattern since actually Memorial Day, May 27th. The New World Order, more importantly, the Outsiders have made their mark here on the World Tag Team title scene and on the World Heavyweight title scene.
It's very simple. If they want to fight, stay and fight.
Absolutely.
Don't come out and nail a guy, then take off. You're big men. You got big mouths, big tough guys. I saw Hogan retreat. He took off running. They took off running in the other direction. You want to fight? That's what they're here for. Fight. Don't run away.
I had a teacher in high school whose brother-in-law looked exactly like Will Ferrell. Poor guy.
And Sting this Monday live will face Arn Anderson and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. It's been a wild 2 hours here on TBS. And for Bobby the Brain Heenan, for me, Gene Oakland, and for the world's greatest production crew in live TV, I'm Tony Samani. Don't forget to join us for Saturday night, 6:05 Eastern Time. Are you looking for the Outsiders?
You never know.
TBS. Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, and that concludes Clash of the Champions 33. And the final Clash of 1996. We only have 2 more to go from here. So, as expected, a more significant improvement from the last few clashes that we've been seeing. Coming out of 95 and 96. They're not quite there yet. We're seeing the Cruiserweights play a bigger role, and the nWo angle really catch fire, and that made the show a lot more exciting and interesting. And we had some good matches in there as well. Still a few things that are going on that are kind of dragging the show down a little bit, like Hogan clearly not completely comfortable with his heel role, like doing a Hulk up in the middle of a fucking match where he's supposed to be the heel makes no sense. The Dungeon of Doom makes, I'm still amazed that the Dungeon of Doom and the nWo existed at the same time. That seems ridiculous to me, but they're getting better, and I think that this clash was way better than the last few that we've seen. Saturday night's main event this week was a piece of shit, or this night, I should say, since we did a stream last night. That show was a piece of shit. I can't wait to watch the next one. It's going to be great. Joke question, which was the better show tonight? Oh, please. Yeah. Favorite comedy movies? Mel Brooks is my idol, my hero, so anything by Mel Brooks. I hated being the shoulder to cry on for by my best friend during high school. It's never a good spot to be in. Never, never. All right. So sounds like you all enjoyed the stream. Glad that you all did. That is all I have for you tonight. So we've only got 2 more to go through. 2 more Saturday night's main events and 2 more clashes. We're almost at the very end here. So those of you who have been here since the very first stream I did earlier this year, the ending is nigh. So we're getting close to the end here. So that is all I have for you tonight. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to set your clocks back because we got daylight savings tonight. But we are done here. Again, you all have a good night, and I'll see you all later.